And hello to everyone that's tuned in. American Ultra Stock today. A small little delay right here, some technical difficulties. We apologize for that, but still made it in time before the match. Thank you for joining Braden and I for choosing to tune into this stream. Braden, if you want to say hi to the audience.
Yeah, like Yuri said, I had some technical difficulties completely on my end, my fault. But we're here. There's probably like 10 minutes or so until the game starts. I'm looking at the clock now. It says about 12 minutes on the stadium. So let's just break into the lineups real quick, but from both sides and see what we anticipate.
Yeah, so I'm going to read out the US lineup. I'm not going to read it in the order that the USMNT Instagram posts because that's ridiculous. But we have Matt Turner in goal, Joe Scally at right back, contrary to what some people wish to see, but it's the most probable one. We have Chris Richards on the right, and then on the left, we have Tim Ring, which maybe is a surprise. We got Jedi on the left back position, midfield of Gio. Well, I'm going to say Johnny Cardozo, Wes McKennie, and Gio. Hopefully, it's not a three-man workhorse midfield. We could shape up in a 4-2-3-1 like this. And on the wings, it's no surprises really. Weah, Pulisic, and at the 9 we have Balogun, which again, not really a surprise there. Do you like the U.S. Lineup for this one, Braden?
I love the lineup. I'm excited to see Johnny Cardoso starting instead of Tyler Adams. We all know that Adams had a lot of struggles with injury at the end of the season and for the whole season. But especially towards the end, we didn't know how healthy he was. I mean, he's been full training, so he'll probably be fine. But I think Johnny is probably the best option to start. I'm just a little concerned because I've said this before, but I want Johnny to start against Brazil, his other nation, and maybe he won't be able to start in that game because of this one. But ultimately, I think this is our best possible lineup that we can put out right now. I think everyone will have a slightly different starting lineup that they would prefer, but ultimately, I think this is the general consensus first choice team. Colombia's is pretty strong as well, I saw, so it'll be interesting to see. I think the key players to watch here, I had mentioned Johnny already. He'll be going up against mainly James Rodriguez for them. So he's going to be the main player to watch for Colombia, alongside Luis Diaz, obviously, who Joe Scally will be going up against. So I think those two are our players to watch because they're going to be trying to contain Colombia's best players, best playmakers. As I see people starting to come into the chat. Hello, everybody. Greg saying he's not sold on Scally, but let's see. Yeah, I completely agree. I don't trust him at all against Luis Diaz, to be completely honest, but he's probably the best option we have right now with Dest hurt. Hope maybe we can see Weah against Brazil or in the second half, try it out there, or maybe one of the midfielders. Greg mentioned Musa. McKennie has been tried there in the past. Adams, even at the start of his career, played right back at times. So maybe one of them will get an opportunity later down the line. But Sky's probably the best option for now.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that we're not going to take the Brazil approach or the Mexico approach, if you want to say, where we are starting first the subs and then we go into a stronger lineup. It seems like we are going with the strongest that we have. So maybe this is a tune-up for the starters. We see a lot of subs, and you will get to see Johnny starting against Brazil, Braden. I think that's a chance. I think that there's a chance that that happens. We're going to read into the Colombia lineup right here. Vargas in goal, 35-year-old, not too well known, but he's an okay goalkeeper, solid. At right back, we have Munoz, Lukumi, and Sanchez. I didn't think it was going to be that pairing right there, but then we have Mojica, who I really rate at the left back position. Uribe, Lerma, Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, and Arias. I really rate Arias. He's a great player, plays in Brasileirão. I think he's a good player. So I think that that's a really strong three right there, supporting Rafael Borré at the starting 9 for them. I think that Borré is better than Borja, who would be the other option for them. So yeah, let's see. I think that overall, do you want to reiterate what your prediction is? Do you change your prediction after seeing the lineups by any chance, Braden?
Well, like you said, and like I iterated earlier, Colombia bringing a first choice team as well. Like we'll see on the 12th as well against Brazil. We see TLFC Thomas in the chat. What's up, Thomas? We'll be streaming with him. He'll be coming on the channel for the game against Brazil, so stay tuned for that in a few days. But Brazil already released their lineup against Mexico. They're going second choice. They're saving the starters for us. Seems like Colombia is doing the same thing. They won't be playing Mexico, obviously, but they're playing their starters against us. So it's a great test. I already mentioned the key players, but I think I do disagree with one thing. I think Borja is definitely better than Borre. I remember watching him towards the end of his stint with Frankfurt, and he was horrible. He hasn't been spectacular for Internacional, Johnny's former club in Brazil, and Borja has been in red hot form this season. So I think I'm a little surprised he's not starting, but in the end, it's probably for the best for us. As for my prediction, I think a 3-2 win maybe was a little ambitious. So I'm going to change it. I think we'll draw just because I do think on paper we stack up well with this Colombian team besides the whole Luis Diaz versus Joe Scally thing. But I think we can definitely attack them. I think we have the capabilities for that. I just think maybe a 2-2. I know you predicted that. I don't want to seem like I'm stealing your prediction, but I think it makes the most sense. It should be a pretty open game. Both attacks are solid, but Colombia ultimately have not, lost in 2 years. So I don't think we'll be the ones to end that streak.
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, thank you so much, Henry. Really, really appreciate that early on. And I also want to say I really agree with Greg right there. If you want to put Greg's comment up in the screen, I agree that if we look at that game, it's a perfect sample how, in our opinion, Greg's, I think that you share this one with me, Way is the most like for like replacement for Des and perhaps even better defensively. Maybe it's a hot take. I know that I still prefer Des as a player overall, but for that role, I think that Way makes the most sense. He's the most like for like, really. But we're going to see Scally right here. I think it's fair to give Scally a shot. He's been wanting to start for quite a while. Did really underwhelm against Jamaica, but he is the de facto number 2 in that position. So let's see how well he stacks up right here. If he gets cooked by Diaz, I think that Way is going to get a chance there. We can still adjust within the game he's starting, and maybe we'll see Way starting against Brazil. But I don't really know. I think that Greg is set on Scally having a chance right here in this game and the Brazil one, unless he has nightmares. But hey, maybe if he has a nightmare here, it's way better than in the game, in the competition. Now we see, I don't know which streaming service you guys are watching in. We see the teams walking in, and I really like these kits. They are growing on me, both of our kits. So it's really nice to see a majority of Colombia fans. As I don't know if you agree with me, Brandon. I think we see a lot more yellows there, but that's to be expected. I should see some U.S. fans there. About the atmosphere, do you think that will really play a part against us, Braden, at Copa America? Oh, yeah, it's a vast majority of Colombians there. But, oh, thank you so much, Greg. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you on the last stream as well. Really appreciate the support. But, yeah, Braden, do you think that the atmosphere of almost playing away from home while at home will play against us, or are we used to it because of Mexico?
Yeah, first I'll just reiterate, thank you so much, Greg and Henry, for the super chats. We really appreciate it. It means a lot that you guys are tuning into our stream and clearly supporting us so much. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, I think I mentioned this when we did the Copa America preview with Pete from 11 Yanks. I anticipated all of these games against South American teams, with the exception of Bolivia, because they're not good at all. And just let's be honest, and they don't have as many fans. But I expected all these games against these powerful South American teams to be away from home. Obviously, we're playing in the US, but in terms of the atmosphere, and it looks like that's the case. As you can see in the crowd now, it looks like a majority of Colombian fans. We have our own representatives, as you would expect, but ultimately being at home, it's a little disappointing. But I think it's a good thing because I think there's been a lot of criticism on the US Soccer Federation for only scheduling friendlies in the US. There's been a lot of criticism on Mexico, coincidentally, for also only scheduling games in the US. But I think the fact that we have a lack of experience away and we really struggle away, I think having a hostile atmosphere, even though it is at home and it is a little embarrassing and disappointing from our fans, I think it's ultimately a good thing, a good test to see how we can perform against a majority atmosphere that is not rooting for us, because that we usually have that against Mexico, but let's be honest, Mexico have fallen off a bit. We've owned them for the last 5 years. They haven't been a challenge. Colombia will be a challenge. So let's see how we do against a great Colombian team and a very hostile atmosphere. As you can see in the chat, everyone's saying horrible to see almost no Americans. Yeah, it's disappointing that we have less fans here, but I think it's to be expected. Unfortunately, there seems to be a lack of fan culture at USMNT games. Whether that's due to the vast size of our country, a lot of fans can't make the trip to some of these games. I mean, fans live all around the world, all around the country. Sorry, and I mean the travel is very expensive, so it's a little understandable, but ultimately kind of disappointing.
Yeah, and I see Daniel sending us a hi right there. Yeah, there's a lot of Colombians. I think everyone in the chat maybe is surprised. I'm a little surprised, taken aback by how many yellows we see in the crowd. I expected this, but it's a lot, honestly. Plus, yellow is a way more striking color too, so it makes it pop out a little more. But chances we see Shaq more, hopefully not. I mean, I pray to God not. I don't see why Shaq would play here unless Scally gets injured. But I'm honestly, I don't think that Shaq should even make the final cut, but he's probably going to because of Tim Tillman being there, Sargent injured. But yeah, hopefully not, Daniel. Hopefully not. But you never know. You never know with Greg and with the circumstances of the game as well. So now I would like to ask you guys in the chat, just before the game starts, we see the anthem playing right now. I love our anthem. It's so nice. And as we see right now, it playing just minutes before it starts. What's your prediction? What's your prediction for the game? What do you guys think it's going to be the final score line?
Yeah, drop your predictions in the chat. We're moments away from kickoff here. Very excited for this one. Greg says he'll be at the Brazil game. That's great. That's going to be a really fun game to go to against one of the biggest teams in the world. And they'll be playing their starters, as I mentioned. So it'll be a big test for our boys. That should be a really fun one. David's saying 4-2 to Colombia. I think that's a fair prediction. Untouchable saying 3-2 Colombia. Yeah, it seems to be a majority Colombia. And yeah, no, I think it's fair enough. I do back our boys to get a result. A lot of Colombia in the chat. 2-0 Colombia. I think that might be a little harsh. I think we'll score at least one. Surely we score at least one with the attack we have. I hope we do.
Yeah, but I understand you, Thomas, that maybe if it is 2-0, if we shut out, honestly, and Colombia tries to play defending, they can do that. They've done that plenty of times playing the qualifiers in South America. So if they score early, they want to defend and then go again. And I can easily see a 2-0, even though I think that we should have enough quality to score. It's not out of the realm of reality for it to happen with a 2-0. And as we see the anthems concluded there, and wow, so many Colombians. It's crazy. But we see a lot of US jerseys amongst them. We see the infamous half and half jerseys. See Kurt saying looking forward into this. Thank you so much for your continued support as well. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, looking forward to this. Hopefully, it's. I think the chat just gave me a reality check. Honestly, with all these Colombia predictions right here, maybe I'm deluded. I shall remain pessimistic until proven differently. I think that's the majority of the fan base, Thomas. I think that's fair to say. Oh boy, let's see. It's a very, very important game, I think, for confidence as well. If we come up against these guys in the quarterfinals, the result of this game will be on the back of their minds, both teams' minds, both the one that won and the one that lost. Maybe it gives a chip on the shoulder. As long as we have a good presentation right here and show that we can play up to that level, I think that's the most important. The result, yeah, it's important too, but just holding your own. If you lose 1-0 but play badly, that's going to give them more confidence in the future. So let's just hope that we can play up to the potential we can have, guys. But yeah, you are deluded, and you told me we could also beat Brazil. Oh, maybe I know you from some. I don't know if I've known you from a group chat. Don't recall exactly your name. Maybe it's a different name, but I said that we can beat Brazil. Yeah, I'm Brazilian born, so my biggest dream is for to see the U.S. beat Brazil. I think that Brazil has never been more vulnerable. Are they the strongest team? Yeah, but I think that right now it's probably 70-30 to Brazil, 65 35, and I think that those are probably our best odds ever. So I think that's fair to say. Now let's see. The teams are getting into shape. Still a lot of people on the pitch. Well, a lot of people on the pitch. That's kind of weird. But
Yeah, and on the Brazil thing, we'll be actually streaming the Mexico versus Brazil game right after this. So stick around for that. After this game's done, hopefully we won't be in a bad mood because the team underwhelms us. It looks like the game's about to start. But yeah, I mean, we'll have our chance to beat Brazil in the friendly. It won't mean as much as if we beat them in the Copa America, but even if we beat them in a friendly, it's still a win in my books. Just how iconic their team is in national team history. Untouchables saying we need Terry and Big Meeks on the TV coverage. Yeah, that's such a good show. Such a good show. Love CBS Sports, what they have going on there. It's just a shame that they aren't commentating this game. Henry's saying, "Are we doing play-by-play commentary so I can mute my TV?" Yes, yes. We've seen a lot of complaints from U.S. fans saying that the commentators, the English ones, the Spanish ones are very good on Telemundo, but the English ones are a little bit lackluster, let's say. So yeah, we'll be doing our best to do play-by-play commentary for this game, as it looks like we're about to kick off now.
It does. I mean, you see, what's up with all the players cutting off the part of their socks? I get it; it's not to compress the muscle, but I just think it look ridiculous. And we are underway. See Tim Ream with the usual quarterback start. We see a lot of teams do that nowadays. Up on the right wing, we have Wea. It's a bounce right here. It's out for a throw. I think it's a U.S. throw. It is a U.S. throw up. Pretty successful start right there. We're going to see Scally come and take it. Wea. Oh, it's almost a nutmeg. It does go through. Good opportunity for the U.S. right here. At the edge of the box, we see the pass. Balogun, ooh, nice, and gets a shot within.
Yeah, I think I might be a little bit ahead of you, Yuri, but a good opportunity off the bat. I don't know if Colombia were ready for us to come out swinging like that. The pass finds just eludes McKenny, but finds Giorena, finds Pulisic, makes the right pass to Balogun. The shot very off target. It has to be said. Probably should be getting it at least on goal, like Untouchable said in the chat there. But a very encouraging start to the game. Hopefully, we can keep this up for the full 90. As it looks like Colombia have won a throw here. See a great shot of Greg with a great record, very eluding record.
Yeah, let's see. Now we see Greg right there. I think you may be a little bit ahead. What's your minute, Braden?
Yeah, I'm at 130. I'll pause for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, Peacock letting me down right here. What's everyone's minute right here on the chat? I know that by the time we see it's different, but if you want to sync up, Jay, I'm exactly at 137. So if you want to put yours at 142, right about the time that you put it, we would be all together and synced up. And nice to see so many guys joining the stream. We really want to thank you. Should we see Shrey right there? Reem to bring MLS Cup to Charlotte. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's a good time for him to move as we see him get in the action right here and kick the ball up to halfway towards the field. Now it's a aerial duel that Chris Richards wins, which is nice to see. Colombia restarting the play right here at their defensive half. And they're going to try to dictate right here now with Hummus. Hummus has the ball. Oh, good vision right there for him. Brings it down. Colombia again on Hummus. He's always the playmaker, even if he falls on the wings. He does come a lot deeper these days than he used to in the beginning of his career, as you see right now, trying to orchestrate the play from wherever he is on the pitch, but typically more of a CDM almost role. He doesn't have the pace to be up the pitch and be playing with his back towards goal these days. So this is probably something the U.S. has seen in the recent Colombia matches where they've been successful. And
That's good pressure on James from our boys.
it is. It really is. As we see right here is Lukumi sending it long all the way to the other side. We have Diaz. That's the danger man. And kind of cooks Scally, but Scally doesn't let him get an inch towards our box, which is good. Forces a pass backwards. Mojica going to be passing the ball there to Sanchez. Sanchez on the wing right now. It's a good opportunity for Mojica. He can give it across. And it's cleared by Jedi. Good anticipation right here for Jedi. Maybe an opportunity for the U.S. to break. And Pulisic goes forward and gets the foul. Ref didn't foul him. That didn't give the foul. I thought that could be it. Looks like he stopped it. Yeah, Lerma did have to stop Pulisic. Nice to see Pulisic going forward, be really aggressive, direct with his play. And yeah, I think that's a clear foul. Stopped him with his right foot.
Definitely. And yeah, Scally doing a good job on Luis Diaz, his first run at him.
Yeah, didn't let him get close to our box. Forced to pass backwards. If he can do that all game, perfect game from Scally. So doesn't matter if it doesn't look too pleasant when you're going up against a silky player like that, but he did well. Now we see Weah right here with an opportunity for a cross for Balogun. Oh, I don't know what he tried to do there, but that was a good opportunity nonetheless. Exploring that wing. Mojica, I said it, he's a really good left back, but does leave an avenue. of acres of space right there for Wea. So nice to see Wea pretty confident in this match. You see that his demeanor seems very, very confident. It does show for the USMNT most of the time as this ball goes out for a throw. And what are you guys thinking, chat? I think that we are showing we can go toe to toe. I like the way that we are playing right now. It's still very early on, but nice to see nonetheless how we are trying to impose our will right here, and especially defending that first attack from Colombia. I think it was really important. Reem wins an aerial challenge. Now a lot of space right here for Munoz. Munoz cuts it back. He's going to be given a pass right here. And Munoz that plays for Crystal Palace as well, Chris Richards' teammate. And the ball is straight up right here to Luis Diaz, who seems to have transition wings right here. Tries to fall on the left side. Munoz is going to leave it out to him. Diaz passes it to the middle. It's Lerma. Starting right here with Lukumi, Munoz. And Munoz passes it. It's going to be, let me see, James Rodriguez. Good ball. Oh, no. Oh, and it's a goal.
Horrible start.
We were doing so well, honestly. I have to say, props to Colombia. Very calm on the ball, building up the play. You see, it's a very well drilled side. Very well drilled side. But
Yeah, John Arias getting on the score sheet, the Fluminense man.
yeah, I said I think he's a decent player, but that one fell to him very fortunately. Very, you could say a luck, but they did attract that luck with how well they built up this play. Munoz passing it on to Uribe, and then James. James had a lot of space, guys, and Jedi didn't really watch over his shoulder. I think that there is no need for that. He's so good at recovery and anticipation, but did cause the goal right here because I don't even think that. Oh yeah, I don't think that Uribe, who was at the wing at that point, would have gotten the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Turner is not happy with his defense, but all around just horrible awareness. Jedi making the mistake, probably should have let it go. But ultimately, Tim Ream, I mean, we know he's lost a step this season. Just gets beat to the loose ball by John Arias, who has the experience and the pace on him, or not the youthfulness, shall I say, not the experience. But yeah, and Greg mentioning in the chat and Untouchables as well, Turner getting beat at his near post. We see this a lot. I'm gonna be honest, we see this a lot. In the game against Trinidad and Tobago away, we already know one of the goals was horrible on the free kick. The other goal, which I don't think people mention enough, Turner got beaten on his near post, and he gets beat again. Yes, it's from close range, but I mean, come on, you have to guard your near post first and before anything.
yeah, and as we see right here, Turner with the ball is going to kick it up long on the pitch, and Columbia is so well drilled. We see Pulisic recovering the ball back. Jedi right here can pass it to a good ball. Pulisic is on it today. You can see that he shows a lot of intent anytime he's on the ball. Now Colombia's going to restart right here. You're going to send the ball right there to Mojica. Lets it go to Diaz. Diaz going up against right here. No one's closing down on him. Johnny very slow to close down again. I think that on the goal, I like Johnny, but he left too much space for James. A little layoff to the right side from James, and look again on the replay. Johnny is just watching, ball watches, didn't even try to commit. That's very disappointing. Not what you want to see in one of his first starts. I don't think that people are going to pinpoint it to him, but I think that if that's Adams, it doesn't get that much space. Maybe a little bit more urgency would have been welcome. Now we're going to start the play with a good long ball right here from Turner. To be fair, Jedi's going to pass it to Johnny. No, it's to Gio right here. Lays it off to Reem. And Reem's going to restart right here with Richards on the right. And we've been leaning more towards the left. And Munoz is a stronger defender than what Mojica is. Maybe we should try to pay attention to that. I think that if we had to invert with Pulisic on the right, maybe we would have more success. But we see Reem right here trying to build up the play. Let us know what you're thinking about the play-by-play commentary as well. My apologies if it's not the most pleasing to the ears. And you see a long ball right here to Balogun. Great long ball. Balogun. Oh, that was so close. That was a great opportunity from the U.S. We see Balogun down. Great ball from Jedi trying to make up for his mistake. That was a really, really good long ball. You're going to see it right here. Sent for a throw, but a great opportunity for the U.S. So we can't let that go beat us down because we're not playing bad. We haven't been let me see right here. Good pass from Johnny. Balogun's going to lay it up right here for Richards. Back to Richards. Tim Ring. We're trying to build up the play. Now we're going to see Johnny with the ball. Passing it. Good ball right here from Gio. Great opportunity for Jedi to cross. It's a good cross. And Lukumi clears it. As we still have the ball at the edge of the box. It's Tim Weah. Scally overlapping. Doesn't really work. Now we're going to get hit on the counter. And it's Diaz with a lot of space ahead of him. Takes on, and Johnny shows up well, recovers the ball. Good recovery from Johnny there.
Well done by Johnny.
And that's true, Untouchables. We had one blunder, and it was one moment maybe where Johnny could have been more alert to close on James Rodriguez. It's probably something that Greg told him, and if he didn't, it's bad on Greg. But we were going to assume that he probably alerted. He's the playmaker for them. Johnny shouldn't have let him have that much space and that much time for a pass. But yeah, one blunder, really. It's a combination of Jedi's interception that didn't work. But here we are looking good on the ball. But as I said, that Ream recovers really well. Now we have a good opportunity. It's Gio. Good ball right here for Pulisic. Gio's going to be overlapping. Pulisic cuts inside, can take a shot, and it hits the defender. But again, I like that the mindset it doesn't seem to have phased us. And Turner's going to come out of his box right here. Good acting as a sweeper right there. Maybe it's a fast throw in. No, Colombia's going to slow it down and have Mojica do the throw in. But we needed to get in their face, play a bit dirty. We need to CONCACAF this game. Yeah, I think I would argue that we were doing that, Daniel. I think that we were in look. It's not like we're getting outclassed. They do seem very calm on the ball. We also need to be a little bit wary that they are a really good team. I think we were doing well. It's just a very unfortunate moment where, let me see right here, as the cross is in, and Turner again as a sweeper, doing well. Going to restart right here with Johnny. It's a pass to Richards, to Turner. Probably going to go long ball. No, it's just going to start again right here with Johnny. And long ball right here for Mojica, intercepts it, trying to explore that right wing side where we've seen that Mojica is a lot more vulnerable than what Munoz is, the fullbacks for Colombia. Oh, Uribe right there, a little bit silky on the ball. No, that was James, and it's a throw in. Yeah, we look good so far. I agree, Greg. I think that it was very unfortunate to concede that goal, but it doesn't seem to have phased us. We're still playing, trying to go forward. I like how active Pulisic has been, and Ream has a lot of space right here. Passes it to Jedi, who has been good apart from that blunder, to be honest. It's been okay, and it's a long throw in, fast one, trying to approach here for Balogun, and Lukumi is going to claim it, cross it in. James with a lot of quality and class right there. It takes two players from the U.S. in one play and gets fouled. Maybe an unnecessary foul, but yeah, James showing his class, really. These players that have played consistently for such a long time, made a name for themselves in Europe, do show that they're a level above in terms of technical quality right there. It's going to be Sanchez right here starting the play for Colombia, passing it to Mojica, back to Sanchez, restarting right here with Lukumi. Good press from the U.S. right here. And Mojica has the ball, and he has to lump it up the field. Let's see, Richards should be an easy moment for him. A little bit dodgy from Richards, but recovers it nicely. Nonetheless, regaining possession for the U.S. And thoughts so far, Braden? Do you think that we've responded quite well, adjusted well after the goal?
Yeah, I think we did. It's nice to see the attacking mentality hasn't changed after a goal. The boys still look up to it. That chance in particular, Jedi playing the long ball over the top to Balogun. Hindsight's 2020. You just wonder if maybe he should have laid it off to Pulisic. The keeper came out. Pulisic was in tons of space. Ultimately, it was an amazing clearance off the line from Davinson Sanchez, but the angle wasn't great for Balogun. He did well to beat the keeper in the first place, but you just have to wonder, would Pulisic have scored that if Balogun laid it off? Although I think what we're seeing from Balogun, the one chance, the most clear-cut chance we've had all game is when he breaks the lines and we play balls over the top to him. And we've seen that last season in particular, Stade de Homes, that was how he scored most of his goals. With Monaco, he didn't have the opportunity to do that as much. And to be honest, with his tenure for the USMNT so far, he hasn't been able to do that as much, and that's why he's struggled a little bit. If we continue to play balls like that, I think he'll have more chances.
Yeah, I think he is proving to be a bit of a dimensional striker. Not that he doesn't have quality. I think he's a very technical player, but this is where he thrives. And if we don't play up to that style, it will be tough for him to bang them goals for us. Now we see them restarting. James is so calm on the ball and really dictating the tempo of the play right here. It's a long ball from Sanchez, and it finds Uribe right here. James on no, it's Uribe on the ball with a long ball right here on the other wing. For Diaz, it's a cross in, and Ring comes out and claims it. Scally Scally right here. Good on Scally right here for recovering possession. Now he's all by himself, but he takes it on. Does really well right here. Not a good pass, but did clear it. Not with a long kick, but dribbling it away. I thought he did really well right there. Scally is holding his own. It's fair to say. Some crosses allowed, but that's expected and not from too dangerous of positions. So I think that defensively, apart from that goal, it's really sad to say. I think that we're looking really good. We showed the intent. We're not respecting them too much. We're trying to create. And now we see Uribe passing it back to Sanchez, Lukumi, and we see a bit of a change right there where James pushed up, playing really as a 10. If you look the way that they're shaping up right here, they changed it a little bit. It's Lerma and Uribe coming deep right here to get the ball and pushing Munoz right there with a lot of space as the Colombian team tries to build it out from the back. Luis Diaz passes it back and just trying to kill that momentum that we were trying to build up. And it's a long ball for Munoz. As I had highlighted, he was free right here on the wing. They were setting this up for a while. And now it's James Rodriguez. Cleared right here. It's going to try to get a throw, and Johnny trying to get a touch to it. James, good ball. They're such a well-drilled side. And we're trying to, now let me see, they're still keeping Munoz up there on the right wing. Having two players right here on this side, James and Munoz. We have to watch that. It's going to be a long ball, as I said, keeping these two players on this side. And it's going to be an overlap for Munoz. And it's a cross. Very, very dangerous play right there. And yeah. What are you thinking, Braden? These long ball, I had highlighted, I think, 30 seconds earlier that they were keeping James and Munoz on this side. What do you think? Do you think that we were being a little bit technically inept? I don't know if Greg had prepared them for this. Or what do you think about the way we were shaping up defensively? It seems very basic. I don't think we're really adapting throughout the game.
Yeah, James, by the way, what a touch to bring that ball down, just showing his class. But I think the interesting thing you highlighted, I was going to highlight it as well. Daniel Munoz has so much space on the right hand side, and it's interesting because when they have the ball, when they're in possession for long spells, they have him on the playing as a right winger. John Arias, who scored the goal and is traditionally the right winger, comes forward to be kind of a second striker with Rafael Borré, and Munoz is allowed all the time and space on the side, which he's been granted by the U.S. Anthony Robinson hasn't been there to man mark him, which I think is something that might need to change a little bit, but tucking in as well to have an extra body on Arias maybe is necessary. I think it just goes to show, like you've been saying all game, how well drilled of a team they are, the tactics that they have. I mean, they know exactly how to break down every team they play, and it's been no
And it's going
different
to
as we
be,
give the ball away.
wow, very, very dangerous play right there indeed. Again, James, when he drops on this side right here, and oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Henry. Really appreciate it. A great foresight. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that when we are looking at from the booth right here, watching it on TV, it's easy to call those plays. And the reason why I called that was because it was very, very obvious when they push up Munoz. They've been doing this this whole match really, that they're gonna try to have a numerical advantage, and it's a good ball right here in. Oh, it's a bicycle kick, and what a goal! What a goal for Borré. And Colombia scores a second. That was awful, awful, awful defending. Yes, Jonathan. Colombia just scored their second off a good play right there on the corner. They put it short, crossed it in. We didn't win on two aerial duels, and it ended up falling for Borre, and it's a bit of a bicycle kick inside the penalty box, and it's 2-0 Colombia. We're looking very fragile right here now.
Yeah, you know it's bad when they're pulling out the dance moves. You see Borre and Luis Diaz with the celebration there. It's a good ball in from Arias, but we just don't deal with it. Tim Ream's header isn't good enough, and we're just second to every ball. We're second to every ball. Ream wins
Johnny
the
and
first one, but it's Johnny and Scally both get beaten
Johnny
in
and
the air.
Scally.
I think it's by one of the center backs. Let me see. I think it's Lukumi that beats them. Maybe it's Jefferson Lerma. I think it might be Jefferson Lerma actually that
It
beats them
was
in the air, and great bicycle.
Yeah, it was Lerma right there with anticipation. Johnny and Scally, the miscommunication. And I think it was more on Johnny on this one because Scally was coming for it. Yeah,
You have to say
and it's
though,
a goal.
Lerma, that's a crucial touch, and he does so well to beat both players.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy to see
And
that.
Reem misplays a pass. Yeah, it's all going away now. You
Yeah,
can tell the boys are shaking.
we were really promising in that those first 5 minutes. It looked like we were gonna have a good game and try to bring it to them, but let me see right here. Johnny bringing it down. Good touch from him. Chris Richards, Gio, and we are. It's crazy the way that we were playing. I think that we don't really have a shape on the midfield. Now we're here, Jedi, and we should really explore that right hand side from Colombia. Mojica is a way more vulnerable defender than Munoz is. I know that Pulisic's here, but he's been playing on the right wing for the whole season. Had some success, a lot of success there for Milan. I think that we should swap them or try to focus more on that side. Now we see right here the play on Jedi. He's going to lay it off to Pulisic. He tries to take on a player, takes him on, crosses the ball in. It's a bad cross right here. It goes out. And chat, what are you guys thinking so far about the game? I haven't been able to read too many of the comments so far, but it's going to be a kick right here for Vargas as Colombia does seem to have taken a bit of a lead and with some comfort so far. Sad to see. Again, the center back position, defensive side of the game. It's what we were most worried about, and now we have an opportunity right here, but it's cleared away by Sanchez. Scotty's going to bring it down. Pass right here for Wea and Johnny on the ball to Richards. I'm really a little bit disappointed by how there's not too much progress from Johnny's play. He's really good for Betis doing that, but has been very passive on the ball for us. See, he always leaves it out to Richards again, and when he has the technical ability to do better than that, so it's a little bit disappointing. But let me see. Wea trying to come in close right here. It's Johnny laying it off to Scally. We're going to restart the play as they push us back with their pressure. Now they're going to be pressing right here. It's a good opportunity to send the ball to Pulisic or Jedi, but Rain passing it back. We're going to go back to Turner. Now
We're
bringing
shaking under
Garcia.
this pressure. It's just
We
it's
are.
constant quick passes. You can tell they're not confident on the ball.
Good
As
ball from
Jedi gets it now.
Good
Ooh,
ball from Pulisic. Really good ball from him. I think that Pulisic has been really good today with the opportunities he's had on the ball, and Ream right there, very shaky moment. Oh my, got a bit lucky with that one. That was a really bad, poor clearance on the body of Borre. And you see good play right here from Jedi and Pulisic. They've been combining well. Maybe should have had a cross a little bit earlier. And if you look into Balogun's positioning at that play, he really could have tried to break the lines so Jedi could give that early cross.
and you mentioned it as well. Daniel Munoz, what a recovery. You said Mojica has been the most vulnerable player, and I agree. I mean, you see Munoz is more than capable of stopping our attack with Jedi and Pulisic. And this is why I've been campaigning for Haji to start. If you have Haji on the left, that allows Pulisic to go out to the right, where, like you said, he's been playing all year with Milan. And going against Mojica, they're probably most vulnerable field player. I still think Vargas is their worst player, the goalkeeper. So we just need to test him a little bit. And we haven't done that at all. There's been a couple good opportunities. The one time that we had a chance at him, Balogun beat him. It was just a great recovery from Davinson Sanchez. You're muted.
My apologies there. And it's going to be a long ball right here from Colombia. Again, Munoz, I've highlighted this right before they scored. that Munoz and James, when they drop onto the side, I don't know if Jedi has been able to catch this on, if someone can tell him they're going to send a long ball. It's the way that it's been. They try to gain the numerical advantage for an overlap, a pass, transitioning on play, and that's how both goals really came about. I know the second one was a cross, but if we look how that play was built too as well, on the right-hand side, even though we have our strongest defender in Jedi right here, they gained the numerical advantage. It's just too much quality on that side, and I think that there is a gap in the midfield as well. So McKennie, very, very quiet today. A very quiet game for McKennie. I think that we don't really have a shape on the midfield area. So let's see. Let's hope that maybe it's too early to ask this, but what kind of subs would you guys like to see based on what we've been saying, based on what you guys have been watching? Let us know, because I think we're going to need quite a few right here for the second half. And I'm just really, really disappointed with how Johnny has performed.
I just saw Tim Tillman go to warm up. I don't know if there's too much stock in that. Maybe there's already other players warming up. Please don't sub in Tim Tillman down 2-0, especially since you have his brother Malik on the bench, who's a lot better of a player.
Hopefully, Greg's just trying to give Tim Tillman something to do. I don't think he should play this game. And
Or
Richards
ever.
has been good. Yeah, or ever. Good play right there. Great play and opportunity
Oh,
created right here.
well done, Johnny, but that
Johnny
looked
did
like
really well
offside to
there,
me.
but it did. And it should have been an early cross. I think,
And there's a, is that the, I think, no, he fouled him.
yeah, he gave him a foul. Gave a foul for Moya. He did pull him down. So, but again, Mojica, you see he's very vulnerable as a left back, as a fullback right here. We see that that's where the game needs to be played. Way, way more vulnerable than what Munoz is. And Munoz has great stamina and engine on him. You see he can go up and up, back and forth on the pitch and keep up so well defensively and offensively. And I don't know why we're still pouncing on this side. And as we see now, Chris Richards wins another aerial duel. It's been doing well. Johnny is going to lay it off to McKennie. Good ball right here. And Colombia has it again. Munoz has it. We have Uribe dropping in right here with them. Or is it James? It's James. It's going to be a long ball to the other side. They restart the play. James points it to the right. And Scally is going to come on in against Diaz. Oof, silky smooth right there. But Richards lets it go for Matt Turner. Do we have to play Brazil? Untouchable says. We have to. We have to. This is a time to see where we're doing things wrong, where we can improve on, and some good play right here from Pulisic, but the pass gets shut off, and again the shape up on the midfield. Gio really is a left center mid. We highlighted this in the preview for the tournament. We're not going to see the 4-2-3-1 everyone dreams about, because ultimately Greg shapes it up with a three-man midfield. Gio plays a 10 role outside of the 10 position, so it's really tough for us to create something right here. Now, Chris Richards has had a good game apart from some moments here and there, but he has been pretty solid. I'd say that the right side of the defense has been a lot more solid than the left one. So, and he's going to start play right here with Weah. Not the best of passes to Scally to try to build something, and it's going to be a pass backwards right here to Ream. Give it quick to Tim Ream. That was horrible, but
You
gets
can't, you
lucky.
can't be giving the ball away at that point. And I think
Yeah.
someone in the chat mentioned this as well. We've had struggles building out of the back, and every single time it's Tim Ream with the errant pass. His
Yes,
age is showing.
it is showing. I think not only on the pace aspect, but just the rhythm of the game. Maybe it's the lack of game time he got towards the end of the season. He barely played, and Colombia's going to have an opportunity right here with a bit of space. They're going to restart it right here to Lerma. Lerma, long ball right here with a lot of space. It didn't look offside to me. Oh, gives it
I don't
away.
know, but I
I
think it
think,
was a little off.
yeah, it could have easily been off, and James doesn't agree with it.
One thing I want to pinpoint just quickly, when that ball came in and Weah was fighting for it, I don't remember, I don't know which center back it was for Colombia. I think it was Lukumi, but his clearance was very unconvincing. It was very short, but once again, as I highlighted on the second goal, we're second to every ball. If I don't know, I think it was Balogun. If we win that ball, we're through on goal. But the Colombia beat us to it, and they clear it easily and start another break. Fortunately for us, it was offside.
Yeah, thank you, Henry, for the comments. We see Greg as well saying that we need to settle a bit. thank you so much for participating on the live, guys. We're going to put the comments more in the second half right here as we see Reem does well right there to block, and we have the ball. Gio lays it off right here. It was to Wea. Wea has a lot of space going up against three players. Tries to, oh, that was a foul. That's a clear foul right there. Maybe if only we could get a goal right here. It's a perfect timing. If we get one before the half, I would say we're back in the game. If we go to halftime on a 2-0 on 2-0 deficit, I think it would be a mountain to climb, which already is nonetheless. But do you guys have belief? I want to ask the chat this. Do you guys have belief that we can bounce back from this one and maybe tie the game, get one goal before halftime? Am I being too ambitious with saying this? I think that judging on the run of play, it's not out of this world to say we could do that. We're trying. We're not being too passive on the ball. We're trying. It's just not coming off. And let's see. No, not not a good sign. I'm celebrating. Yeah, definitely not a good sign.
And Wea
Let's
got bailed
see.
out too. He
Oh,
lost the ball.
yeah, he lost, but he was up against three players. That was a good cross put in. Let's see. A good cross by Pulisic, who typically, I don't know why he's still on the set piece deliveries. That was a good one, but I really don't know why we're doing this. Why do we keep him there? And that's so they gave him offside. Was that the call? Offside.
I think there
Wow.
might have been a foul in the middle. I think a foul was called. It can't have been offside, right? Because
Yeah.
it went further.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to highlight something. Gio's only assist for Nottingham Forest was when he took a corner. So maybe we should have him on set pieces. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't know why Gio's not set pieces. It's not like he's the best header of the ball. He has a good size on him, but that's not his profile of player. And Turner's going to start right here on the right hand side. We're seeing more of us. Oh, it could be a good ball from Scally. Good ball from him, and he sees that run. Oh, that was that Balogun? No, that was way. I could have put his body on the line right there. It was a good ball from Scally. Again, right hand side of Colombia. It's where the game should be played. Mojica, as I said, we've been saying it the whole game. Way more vulnerable. We always get something on that side, and now Wea's going to give out a cross, and it's a low cross. Balogun's movement's been a little bit of a point to talk. Let's see. We have an opportunity right here with Pulisic laying it off to Jedi. Good cross, and oh, it hits the post. Very close in the U.S. creating something right. I don't even know if the cross was intended for Pulisic, but again, we've said it earlier in the stream. He has been showing a lot of intent. He seems like the one player who really believes and wants to create something in this game. And we've gotten some opportunities through him right here on this side, him and Jedi combining. Now it's going to be Gio, Weston with the ball. Oh, Scally right here. My apologies. Weston lays off a bad pass. Yeah, it's a bad pass from Wes, who's been very quiet. I'm a little bit disappointed. Highlights so far from you guys. We mentioned Pulisic has been very, very good and tenacious with his play, aggressive, incisive. Who are the highlights for us so far? If you guys think there even are any, I think that we are. We're looking like we're getting back into the game, which is nice to see. There definitely is low down on the pressure. We highlighted that on their attacks. It's when Munoz is always pushing up the field, and that hasn't happened in a while. As Jedi wins that's a good ball from Balogun. Great touch to bring it down from Pulisic, and good defending by Lukumi. But any players that you guys think are doing well?
Also won. Chris Richards has won almost every, I think maybe even every aerial duel he's been up against. So
Yes.
solid at the back. It's just a shame. Why can't we have two Chris Richards? Why can't we just clone him? Have two of him back there. It'd be so much better than Tim Ream, McKenzie, Trusty, Miles Robinson, CCV, anyone that Greg could even put out there. There's just a huge lack of quality at the left center back as another errant ball, and we'll give them another goal kick. It's a shame. We have been on the front foot since the second goal, which
Yes.
is nice to see, but ultimately I think we're lacking a little bit in the final product.
Yeah, we are. And we see right there, Gio looking, maybe he's meant to step up a little more, have more of an opportunity if he plays his 10 role. And now we're going to try to pressure right here. Vargas sends it forward up the pitch. And good recovery from Wes. And the ad is so big on the screen here on Peacock. It's crazy. You barely see the game. But anyways, now back to normal. And it's gonna maybe we should pressure right here. Vargas it's not the best with his feet. Long ball. Reem lets it go. Colombia asking for a foul there. I think it was James. It's not a foul, and we're gonna have an
Borre, I
opportunity.
think.
Yeah, Borre. And McKinney with the ball right here to Scally. Scally could really have a goal in this one. Looking for some movement in the area, and it's a bad cross in. Maybe a little bit too early. I think that Scally has shown that he can dribble. He's not the best going forward or taking on players. If he could adapt into the sort of fullback that Felipe Luis was for Atletico Madrid for a long time, was for Flamengo and Brazilian national team, a fullback that really cuts it in, the inverted one, as they say, because I think that he could really, really do that role if he moves, essentially moves. You need a move to do that, but Scally has been solid against Luis Diaz today. We can't. We were all worried about that. Well, it hasn't really cost us. So props to him and Chris Richards for recovering on that side. It's going to be Johnny. No, it's Gio right here with a good ball to Scally. Scally again. Gio, good pass. Good passing from Gio right here. Going to try a shot. Good opportunity. We're building it from the right side, that Colombia right side. It's really something I think that if Greg puts Pulisic on that side, let him play the role he played all season, and put Haji on. Not to say that Weah has played badly, but I think that it's fair to say he could be subbed. Greg, you're down 2-0. Clearly, what you're doing is not working. Try something else, my God. Goal in this corner, could it be? It's a good chance. Good chance for us right here. Perfect timing. If we get one before the half, that would be ideal. And it's cleared away, back in the box. And yeah, chat, we're getting close to the halfway mark. What substitutions would you guys like to see? If you don't know which player you'd take out, which is a little bit tricky, who would you like to see get put on the game? Let us know.
Yeah, one thing that I will say, I don't know if he needs to be subbed. You got Yunus Musa on the bench, but Weston McKennie has been silent this game. It's very concerning, and I think because of that, he's usually the engine in the midfield, the number 8, the box to box. We do play with 3 traditional center mids just due to the setup, but we know Johnny likes to play more as a 6 and Gio as a 10. With Weston being silent, we've lost the midfield battle already, and on paper we should be winning this. The midfield's our strongest point, as it usually is. It should be, and I think if you look at the players we have, our players in the midfield are better than Colombia's, but they've just been dictating it. Maybe that's a testament to the tactics, the experience they have together, how well drilled they are, like we keep mentioning. But I think it's something that we need to see change in the second half, or it's going to be a long game.
I think that Lerma and Uribe have shown intensity. Intensity, it's the word for this midfield right here. As Lerma takes it on and passes to Diaz, it's a 1v1 against Scally. He gets inside our box, cuts it in. Good opportunity, but cleared away right here. I think it hit Wes. And it's good. They have the ball right there again. Diaz staying inside. We see them transitioning. It's going to be Lukumi laying it off to Sanchez. No, passes it on to Uribe. And they're going to be restarting the play right here. Let's see what Sanchez does with this ball. Lukumi, well, actually, good recovery. Balogun lays it off. Good Pulisic, get to it. And can you check some of the comments for us? Put them on the screen, Braden, to see who people want to see getting subbed. Sorry, guys, I can't. We're always focusing on the screen. Can't really see many of the comments. Let's see what you guys think about Musa on for Johnny. Yeah, Johnny hasn't looked too good, guys. Honestly, that first goal was a lot on him. He gave acres of space for James Rodriguez, which is a fatal mistake right here. Colombia looking really good, and they haven't put the foot off the gas. Even though we've stopped their momentum for a while, they're still going at it. And Luis Diaz passes it on. Oh, good layoff right here for Lerma. It's going to be a ball for Johnny. No, it was actually Gio right here with the defensive work. Props to Gio. He has improved that aspect of his game. We saw that in Nations League. CCV for Reem is good. Haji now. CCV for Reem. I think that it's valid. I think that Reem needs to get subbed. Age has shown, yeah, he's the most experienced as Matt Turner. Just why not kick it forward at that point? But anyways, we'll see right here more of the comments. Let me see. We need Pepe, Johnny awful, CCV for Reem. CCV for Reem is good. Adams for McKinney. I don't know if Adams has that minutes restriction. That's likely one of the reasons why he's not starting the game, I believe. I think that Greg would always start him over Johnny. So we don't know. Probably a fitness issue for him. Bello
I
has
think we
to
can
try to
sub.
go ahead.
Sorry, you think we can sub Horvath on for Turner? Oh my God.
Not gonna happen. But yeah, he was beat on his near post. I'm not even gonna pinpoint that because I think it's a bit of a theme this season. He hasn't had the best of seasons, and let me see. Balogun has to try to hold it a bit longer, Daniel says. Yeah, I think that Balogun, the movement, I'm a little bit disappointed. We had some chances in transition. It seems very passive. Horvath should start against Brazil. I completely agree, Untouchables. As we see right here, how about Horvath for Turner? Yes, you guys, we've been advocating for this for a little bit. No hate on Matt. He's a very likable guy. I commend him for trying it out in Europe, but it hasn't had a good season. We need players on form for these summer tournaments, and I think that Horvath has had a better season and less mistake prone than Turner is at the moment, at least. So let me see. Haji Forwea. Haji Forwea moved Pulisic to the. Yes, we've said that. I completely agree. Mojica is a way more vulnerable fullback, and we've seen that with Weah on that side. And if we have the physicality of Haji right here against Munoz, maybe something that we can thrive a little on. And Haji is on hot streak. He should get some minutes this game. As we see Turner restarting to play right there. But Turner's distribution today, I'll be fair, it hasn't been as bad as I'd imagine. I think he did okay. Now it's a ball right here from Johnny. Good long ball from to Pulisic. Great touch to bring it down. Overlap right here by Jedi. It's a cross. It could be, and it gets cleared away. We are having some success right here with Pulisic. Anytime he's involved, the first touch has been great. Obviously, he's not going to get his dues right here because of how the game has been going, but I think him and Jedi, so unfortunate that Jedi had a crucial part in that first goal with the mistake because he has been good too. That long ball to Balogun could have easily been a goal to the U.S., and yeah, we're showing we're still in this game. We're still in the game. With the demeanor that we're displaying, I'm still hopeful right here. Maybe I'm deluded, but it is what it is. As way up passes it, not the best of passes. We still have the ball. Wes with the ball. It's a long ball right here for Pulisic. Brings it down. Lovely touch. Gets on the box. Tries to beat. Gonna cross with his left. Good opportunity. Oh, and it's gonna be a shot for the U.S. Oh, chaos at the box and great opportunity by Pulisic. That has to be pounced away, guys. Balogun's movement was waiting. Seems like he wasn't expecting the cross. Pulisic cutting it in. Good pass right here on West. Good, lovely moment from West right here. We're going to restart the play with Richards. Johnny, good pass for Pulisic. What a touch right there to bring it down. And Jedi going to have an opportunity. We're trying to build up some momentum. Pepe, yeah, I agree, Daniel. Maybe Pepe should be there. That cross, it was written out for a Pepe goal as we see the replay. As I said, not a knock on Balogun, but I don't think he really suits the way that we play in the national team. Doesn't seem alert enough as we see Scally go up right here against. Very well done by Scally. Really well done. And Turner, oh my lord. Good thing the ball was called out of play, but Turner needs to be more alert there as a sweeper, but good on Scally right there. Really good job on a 1v1 in pace. We've highlighted his pace as maybe something to worry about. Good job on Joe Scally. I think that he has done himself justice so far. And yeah, Scally can run. I agree. Untouchables. Very, very promising game from him. I don't know if it's offsides. It is. It is offsides, and Captain America doesn't agree with that call. He has done really well. Try to create, hit the post, good cross in. Yeah, we're fair to say we could still be in the game. Could still be in the games. Yeah, let me see right here. Looking at the comments, do we want CP passing off to Jedi all the time on those overlaps? I agree. It's not something that should be happening all the time, but he took one by himself and created the cross, and that worked. Really could have been a goal. I'd like to see the replay. We seem to have Weah and Balogun on the box, and ultimately couldn't capitalize on them. Lucho is in Scally's back pocket. AJ, I would like to say that as well. Scally doing himself a lot of justice. All the way at right back shouts with "I'll hold my hands up" have been said. I think that we can be a little bit more assertive on Scally starting there. Really good battle for him. I think very unfortunate to concede that first goal and honestly a blunder. Series of mistakes. Johnny letting too much space for James and Jedi's. Look right here. It's the theme of the match, right? Munoz goes to the wing to act as a right winger. James falls on that side as well. Long ball. They're going to do it again. They always seem to do that with Sanchez with the long balls. to this right hand side, and it's James dropping deep right here on the left. Now Lukumi's seem to do a long ball. We see 7 fouls for the Colombia side. They've committed 7 fouls. The U.S. only 5. 1 corner for each team. We see CP on the corners still. Huge debate ever since the 2022 World Cup. Girena got an assist doing that this season, but it seems like we are set on these ways. And good on try to 1v1 right there. And they're going to start to play. Vargas on the ball. We need to see Balogun a little bit more alert. I feel like he's very passive with the pressing today. I don't know. I'm not convinced with anything Balogun has done so far, especially with the season he's had. Maybe it is time for Pepe. That cross by CP, if Pepe's on the box, dare I say, would have been a goal. Wes a little off too. Wes waiting for the ball at his feet. We just regained the possession at that third of the pitch, and Wes was standing there. Now Skelly against Diaz again. It's a good cross in. Ream. Oh, and it looks like it's Diaz on the box. My apologies. It was Mojica crossing. Mojica again. It's a good cross right here to Munoz. We're looking very fragile with the defense, guys. Very fragile.
Tim Ream is so shaky. Every single time he has a one-on-one battle, he messes it up in some form, some aspect. And that was, I think, Uribe getting on the end of the cross. Thankfully, it wasn't a more attacking player, because if that was Luis Diaz, Arias, Munoz, I think it might be 3-0.
I don't know if you want to put Untouchables comment right here on the screen. They have put away the 2 chances they've had, which is true. They only had 2 clear-cut chances, and we can't find the net. And we had those chances with the Pulisic cross and the Pulisic header, but that one was kind of made out of nowhere. But that cross specifically, when CP crossed it and Balogun and Moya couldn't get to the end of it, that one really hurt. I think that could have been a perfect timing for a goal as we approach halftime. Greg says, I don't know if you want to put his comment there. Greg T says that Pepe is the only sub for him now. I would advocate that if I was the coach, I agree with you, Greg. I would put Pepe in for Balogun. Hasn't done anything. Arguably could have put his chance away, which was a clear chance, honestly. It was a perfect setup for him, for his style of play. Didn't get too much pace on it. And yeah, Pepe in for me and Haji for Weah. I think that Weah hasn't done badly, but invert the wingers. Put CP on the right side against Mojica. We should have some success. Let me see. Daniel's comment. I don't know if you want to put that one right here. I saw it briefly. He commented, F it. I think we should go all out. Pack the midfield up top, take Ream out, and bring in CCV. I think that it is a consensus from you guys on the chat for CCV to come in for Ream. I think that Ream needs to leave this game. I mean, at some point, we have to prepare for the post-Ream era, right? Maybe we are witnessing it right now. I don't really trust him, especially after this performance, to go at it at Copa America, because even his qualities on the ball, which we've highlighted in the past, it looks really shaky. I think that the lack of game time towards the end of the season, what was it, almost 2 months without playing in the Prem, has really caught up to him. The age as well. For the Euros knobs, which I think I am one, he's going to be in MLS anyway, so let's just sub him out. But what do you guys think? Overall, best player of the half for you, Braden, and shakiest player of the half?
Yeah, there's a lot I have to say about this half. I think, well, I'll start with Tim Ream, because I think he's been definitely the shakiest. And like you said, let's thank him for his services. He's been a good servant, especially at the 2022 World Cup. Very reliable. So that late renaissance in his career was special, but go off to MLS now, end your career, have your swan song. If we're calling up Tim Ream after this Copa America, Greg isn't serious. It's as simple as that. I've been critical of Greg a lot, and I think rightfully so. But yeah, Ream needs to go. I don't care if it's CCV, Miles Robinson, McKenzie. Just bring him off for anybody. Give someone a chance to prove. I don't rate CCV personally as highly as most people do. I would probably put McKenzie in there. But I mean, Greg would probably put Miles Robinson. Any of them would be an improvement. And I mean, it's just a shame, because Chris Richards, I think you could say he's been our best player. He's been so solid, wins every duel. If we had 2 of him, like I said earlier in the game, we'd be so solid defensively. Scally as well. That whole right hand side has been so solid on the defense. Scally's done a great job against Luis Diaz, but the fact that our arguably worst player has pocketed their arguably best player, and we're still down 2-0 is a cause for concern. I think Jedi and Reem together, they're the Fulham duo, but they haven't been great defensively. And going forward as well, someone, I think it was Untouchables, said it in the chat a little bit earlier. Pulisic shouldn't be laying all them off to Jedi because at the end of the day, Greg's tactics, you can see the vision with the crossing, and I think it could potentially work, but our players don't seem to know how to cross the ball. Pulisic, that's probably the worst aspect of his game. The fact that he's still on corners and set pieces is kind of a joke, but we've mentioned that already. Jedi puts in a lot of crosses. Sometimes they land, but a lot of the times they don't. Scally as well has been weak. Weah's crosses haven't been great either. If we had better crossing players here, maybe that tactic would work, but I think we need to try something else because our personnel just doesn't fit the tactics. And
And
Henry's saying Pulisic had the best player with a cross. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I think ultimately he could cause a lot more danger cutting inside, and
yeah,
Balogun ultimately ended that chance.
and I see a lot of the comments right here. Henry said, well, first, Untouchable said that we need Deets to develop. We agree. I think we've been really high on Deets. It's unfortunate that he got an injury. He's not going to get to play against Japan, which I don't know if you guys are on Peacock. He just got promoted right here. Nice to see some marketing for the youth teams there. I think that we really need someone to step up. I think for the second half, I would go with CCV for Ream personally. I think that CCV on the ball, confidence wise, and it's nice to get a look at him before Copa America. He hasn't played with us for a while. I would go with him. We see Henry says Pulisic, Richards, and Scally the best. Johnny the worst. I don't know if Johnny's the worst. I think that he didn't do himself any favors on that goal, but I don't think he was the worst. He played well apart from the goal. Same with Jedi. These guys are having good games apart from the goal, which obviously is what matters the most. But I don't know, just really underwhelming right here to have to say that Johnny was one of the worst. I get your point though, Henry. And let me see, Daniel. Can you put his comment right here? And we're playing too predictable. We need little movements and not be afraid for taking a shot. They literally want to set it up for Bella all the time. Yes, and Balogun hasn't been the best to alert. I think that urgency to respond is something that Balogun has been a little off. Maybe it's because of the season, the confidence. And Greg right here says, I mean, it appears we can hang with them. They do look better than us, but not that much better. I agree. And so far, Scally has done pretty well. Completely agree. I think that we had our downtime when they right before they scored the second goal. It was our worst 10-minute spell in the game. Then we were back at it, and the beginning of the game we were on it too. It was just the goals, and but ultimately we've weathered the storm okay when we had possession. We're trying to take it to them so they have something to worry about as well. And here's what you would do at the half. Let's see. Way at your right wing back, Haji at winger, and CCV for Reem. This is a good shout. I think that Scally would be a little bit hard done by because he has had a good game. But I get you, Greg. If we are looking more into what's best in terms of a test, since it's a friendly, I think this is the best shout because ultimately Scally asserted himself as a good option for us. I think the majority of the fan base will look at this and highlight it as a good game from him, and we get to see Way at right back, which a lot of people wanted to see. Maybe it's a good shout. And I would like to see Pepe in. I don't know if you guys agree with me on the Balogun side. I know I'm a little harsh on him at times. What do you guys think about Balogun's game? Could he have put away that chance, which was our best one? Great long ball from Jedi. Balogun dribbles the keeper, sets a shot, and Sanchez clears it. And I just really wanted him to get on the end of Pulisic's cross, him or Weah. Oh, Austin is here. Hey, Austin. Austin was a character in the last stream. Let's see what he says. Let me see, or is it? Let me see if it's PG-13 or not. Austin, I'm gonna read your comment, but we're not gonna put it on the screen for YouTube to not hit us with anything. Let me see. It's time to hate. I think we've seen less concerning. Yeah, he is predictable. I get your anger, Austin. If you want to let it out right here, we'll read it. But yeah, so I think we're predictable, but honest and change Jedi's rating to F. I think that the goal really is set. It's like Johnny. They both were at fault for that goal, and Johnny especially for me. I mean, the guy had a good season for Betis. Great season, honestly. S tier. And lets James Rodriguez have that much time, and he wasn't even trying to put the pressure on him. Uh, Maybe with Adams that doesn't happen. Berhalter said it was too easy on the goals conceded. Yes, it was. And McKinney's ghosting. I agree, Ala. I agree. McKinney's ghosting. And the few moments that he got the ball, one bad long ball that went out for a throw, another pass where Weah and Scally had were options on the right wing, and he passed it. It went for a throw. Yeah, Weah, McKinney ghosting. I don't know if the off the pitch club situations any excuse, but not good to see. And what do you think about the comment? Thank you guys so much for being here and for commenting. We really, really appreciate this. When Triple G plays Gio as a six, yes, we've highlighted this, burnt toast, that in actuality, Gio is never the 10 that we see on the predicted lineups. He's always a six. It's a three-man workhorse midfield. We shape up with three guys in the midfield, three CMs, and then yeah, tactically inept. We see the replays. And Braden, your thoughts on the comments and ultimately your substitutions after the subscribers have given their input. Your substitutions, if you're a Triple G, if you get to have that amazing bald head at halftime, what would you do with it?
Yeah, coincidentally, Burnt Toast is also what Tim Ream is whenever he comes up against a competent attacker. So he's the main sub for me. CCV, I guess, can come on. Personally, I would put Mackenzie. I think I rate him a little higher, but CCV is more likely to have a bigger impact in the tournament. So it'd be a good chance to see him against a very dangerous Colombia attack. So he needs to be the first one. Austin saying we need to call up the U.S. cricket team. Yeah, this is the thing. We see the U.S. cricket team who have only played what 2 games ever, winning them both. If they can beat Pakistan in cricket, and we can't beat a team like this in football, I think it just kind of shows that the blame kind of needs to be on the manager because the tactics have been completely inept, like you said. Colombia knows exactly how to break us down. I don't think there's been a point where Colombia have been worried. Yes, they've allowed us, since they got the 2-0 lead, they've sat back, allowed us to have a little bit more possession and get some chances. But I don't think there's been a single moment when Colombia has been legitimately worried about any threat that we've had. Uh, Austin saying the ref is Mexican, by the way. He did not give us a penalty for a reason. Coincidentally, we are 2-0 with this ref. So I don't think you can use that as an excuse. I don't think he's really done anything wrong. Maybe there's been a few questionable offsides calls, but that's on the linesman, not the head ref. I don't think there's been any blatant calls. We can't use that as an excuse.
Yeah, I agree. And we see right here, Burnt Toast just commented, and Henry said something similar. But Turner was, yeah, he was. Should have saved one of those shots. Looking at the replay, it's always a little tough to say. But at his near post, again, and the way that he was on it, and even the second goal, the pace on that ball, I think that what Henry said, I agree with. He costs us every game now. I don't know if he costs us every game, and no one says it yet. He does get sugar coated quite a lot. People still back trust a lot, but he's a likable guy. But I think that it's time. This generation of players deserves a better goalkeeper. We need someone to step up. And I'm gonna say a really hot take right here. Uh, Turner never did what Schulte did while he was in MLS. And the performance that Schulte had against France U23s, if that was Turner on goal, we would have lost, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to watch the Olympics. Yeah, it's down a level, but the shots that you're going to face are the same basically. And that France squad is packed, plays in Europe, arguably at a higher level than what Turner could play. And Schulte did himself justice. So Horvath had a way better season. But I think that Greg is set on his ways with the players that to him are really important because let's remind ourselves one of the key reasons why he got rehired was the backing of the players. We have some guys like Adams, Turner, that people have said the rumors behind that they are the backbone of that dressing room, and he has the dressing room. That's even Pulisic too. So I mean, it is what it is. Schulte's my current number one goalkeeper. Oh, that's a hot take. I don't know if he's number one. I'm just making the argument that maybe, honestly, I would put Schulte ahead of Turner. Honestly, I would give it a try. Let's watch the Olympics. I think that Schulte, for his age, he's going to prove to be a better goalkeeper than Matt Turner was at his best. I think that that's a fair take. At his age, still so young for a goalkeeper. Someone call up Shaq Moore. Shaq Moore, please save us. When we were calling for this at halftime, you know that Berhalter just had a masterclass. Jokes aside, yeah, Austin. Honestly, let's see. I'm happy that Scally's performance so far has probably allowed no room for Greg to entertain the thought of putting Shaq Moore. So that's good. Imagine if Scally got burned like we thought he could have been, then maybe we would have seen Shaq Moore. Braden and Yuri, the best duo on YouTube. Oh, thank you, all. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, it'll be a consensus someday. We'll try to do that. It's not a competition, but we really appreciate the support. I think Chris Brady could have a bright future. Yes, I completely agree. Untouchables. Completely. Do you agree, Braden? Do you think that Brady could be number one material? I'll just say the fire has hampered his development in terms of not releasing him to camps with the Olympic side, and then releasing him last minute. Not probably not going to release him for the Olympics. What do you think, Braden? Do you think that Brady could be that number one?
Yeah, I'll talk about the whole goalkeeper situation. Here's what I'll say. I think if Brady hits his potential, he would easily, Brady at his peak would be our number one goalkeeper now, but I don't think he'd be our number one goalkeeper in the next generation if all things go to plan. I think players like Diego Cochin, Gabriel Slonina, maybe even some of the U20 guys as well. Gavin Beavers has been looking really good in MLS, arguably better than Brady at a similar level, to be completely honest, and Schulte as well. So I think if all goes to plan, Brady could be a solid number 2 or 3 for us. But I would love a peak Chris Brady 5 or 10 years down the line to be starting for us now. One thing I'll say about Schulte, I think it's understandable to maybe want him to have a chance. Although I will say we might need to pump the brakes a little bit. And Turner, when he was in MLS towards the end of his spell, was very good. And I think that's what we're seeing from Schulte. I'd like to see Schulte test himself in Europe, even at a lower level. But before we call for him to be the number one, I still think Horvath is a better player right now. But Schulte's very reliable for the Olympics. And Greg's saying, "Do you guys rate Calendar?" Hell no. Hell no. There was a time back in the Leagues Cup run where he had a very, very good run with Inter Miami, and I think justifiably so got the call up to the USMNT. Maybe there was a little bit of Messi in there, kind of like Kramaski, but Calendar recently this season has been horrible. So I don't think he should be called up. Even Sean Johnson's probably been better than him, which is saying something.
I agree, and I'm also going to say right here. Sorry, Braden, to interrupt a little bit. Haji Wright is in. We saw him on the screen. Haji Wright is going to be in. Balogun back as well. Let's see. It could be a good combination. Maybe Haji is a player that can help Balogun share that responsibility. Holding off players is really something that Balogun can't do. He's great at reading the play and getting into those runs behind defenders. Richard Rios going to be in as well for Colombia. It seems. I think that they're going to sub out Mojica. We said that he was a bit of a weak link. Rios has played that role for Palmeiras at times, playing as a left wing back. I don't know if that's what he'll do right here, but he seems to be coming in. I don't know who they would sub out. No, Mojica's there. Borre, Lerma, maybe
I
for
think it might
Uribe.
be yeah, I was gonna say it probably for Uribe. And we saw BJ and McKenny both giving tactical advice to Greg. So when one of your players, especially the one that's probably been the most absent, is giving tactics to your manager, not a great sign.
Good shout right here. If you want to put Untouchable's comment right here, maybe Balogun should slide to the right wing. Honestly, I wouldn't do that. I would personally put CP there. But if he's not going to do that, if he's going to put Haji at the striker and Bello at the right, I think it could work better than what has happened so far. Because I think that Balogun, with the way that he's playing, it would probably suit more as a winger almost. He can play there. We've seen it before. For club, he does slide there sometimes. I don't know. I would take off Balogun altogether, but that's just me. Maybe I'm being harsh. I just don't think that the confidence for this guy. I said it before and on the preview. If he gets a game like this right before Copa America, after the club season he's had, I don't think that his confidence will have any favors. If he gets on at the end of a game like this, then he has nothing to lose. So Cardozo has been having a fantastic game outside of that one bad ball to Robinson, and also he was at fault for the goal, Sam. I think that he gave James way too much time, which is really disappointing. He was great like Jedi, but at fault for the goal. Gave James so much time on the ball. As we're back in, go ahead.
Christian Pulisic was sub for Haji. That's bad. I mean, if you want to save him for Brazil, maybe, but I would have loved to see him on the right hand side and taken
What's
off way.
yeah, Greg's the gift that keeps on giving, isn't he? What do you guys think about that one? Never crossed my mind that Pulisic would be the one subbed out for Haji. That changes things completely. I guess now it is Balogun to the right. Untouchables, you said it before. Let's
No, it's
see.
Weah still. It's still Weah, I
Yeah,
think.
Greg really is he is a genius, isn't he? What can I say about our favorite bald head? What is this, honestly? But hey, I'm a little bit deflated now. But let's see. Richard Rios with the ball. They're going to shape up with the very similar tactics again. Munoz pushes up on the field right there, try to gain the numerical advantage on our left hand side. It's how they've been playing the whole game. Waiting for a long ball from Sanchez. Look right there. Look at Munoz on the screen. And they're going to transition the ball ready to the right hand side. It's how it has been happening. Our midfield is so passive today, even on the press. So passive. If you look the way we're shaping up, again, look at the screen right now, guys. That it's always a three-man midfield. It's never the 4-2-3-1 we see on the predicted lineups. And the press does work right now. We get a throw right here. Brandon, just quickly, what do you think that substitution is going to do? Are we going to improve in this game, or do you think we're a little hopeless since the only spark on the attack is subbed out now?
I think that that sub was waving the white flag a little bit. It's not like we're going to stop attacking. We're still going to be going for it, obviously. But I think, like the chat said, like Brunt Toast said, Greg's got that friendly mentality. Exactly. He's not treating this like a serious, like as much of a serious game as it is. Taking out our best player, saving him for Brazil. I understand it a little bit. If maybe, hopefully, he doesn't have a knock. If Bosic has a knock, we're screwed. I'm praying for that, but it's good to see Haji get a chance. I will say that, but he got it completely wrong, taking off the wrong player. And I think it's just a little bit of waving a white flag to Colombia now. We're down
Oh,
2-0. A goal would have been great,
good play by Haji there. Very
but
first
not a good
participation.
pass though. Not a good
Yeah,
pass at the end of it.
should have shot. Should have taken a shot. Why not? I like that. It's nice to see players like that that get the ball and have a go at it, have a real go at it. And Haji first first moment right there takes it away from Munoz, which is something that really we need to do. He's such a strong defender on the 1v1, forces you to your left side. He's gonna get the ball. He's a really good fullback. Look at the comments. Greg should respect every game if we want to go that far. Yeah, we are playing three at the back. No, we're not. We're playing four at the back. Still no change on the defensive side, Daniel. And yeah, it kind of looked when we were transitioning at times we might push up Jedi. I think it's something we've seen in the past, and we shape up almost as if three in the back, especially with Scally. He does give you that option, but I think it's just transition play. We were still playing with four at the back. Scally cuts it in. See, playing in the inverted role that I called at the end of the first half. Now, give you a ball right here for, let me see, still trying to build it up and find some space. It's Gio Reyna. Not a foul, in my opinion. Not a foul. Valid try, but I don't think it's a foul. And now Chris Richards very good on the air, anticipating the little shrug off on the attacker. Richards has been immense today. Immense. What a match from him. And Jedi passes it on to Haji. Not the best of passes, and the ball goes out of play. Oh, it is a free kick. It's granted a free kick. We'll take that. I don't think it was necessarily a free kick. I agree, Untouchables. A flop. It was a flop. But hey, we'll take that. And if we can get a goal here before the 65th, before the 70th minute, I think we should have enough momentum and belief to try to get a draw and then make us look like geniuses, Braden. We predicted a 2-2, basically. So, but let's see. Gio on the set piece. This is nice. It's sad that it has to be forced, but he puts it in. Good ball. Really close for the US. Really close. I think it was Yes, it was Haji Wright. Adds that aspect of the aerial threat, which is nice to see as well. If only we had Gio Reyna to take the set pieces every time. We've seen it time and time again. It's his strong suit. And a good ball right there. Promising signs as we see the press right here. Goes out for a throw. They're shook. Let's see what happens right here. But I think that we're looking more promising. Your prediction is 2-1, Daniel Martinez, for Colombia. It could come to fruition. Let's see what Burnt Toast said right there. It's I'm kind of blind. I can't see it on my phone. Playing West on the right wing in the build up, and Reina in the sixth, and Reina pressing as a 9 on defense. You can't make this up yet. You can't. It's just, and West with a good ball right here. It would be nice if West steps it up a little bit. Way out with the pass. Now Jedi on the wing by himself. Haji adds as a second forward on the box, which is nice to see some tactical variety there. I don't know if it's the players making it by themselves or if Greg said that. If it's Greg, I will give him a little bit of props for doing the obvious and trying to push for a result. But Lerma does look a little tired. We saw him on the screen right there. We have a little bit more momentum on the midfield there. Gio, good ball. Oh, for Balogun. I think Balogun should
It's
have
all
done a
good.
little bit better.
We get another free kick though from a
Yeah,
very similar situation, and Haji already providing the impact, not playing as a striker as a left winger, but on the set pieces. Gio taking it, and oh my lord, the last one was good, but that one, yikes!
yeah. We'll just pretend it never happened. Yeah, bad free kick right there from Gio. And what is Gio doing? Yep. Calling McKinney header. That's a good shout, Daniel. We've seen a lot of McKinney headers over the years. So uh, maybe. I like how Haji has impacted the game. And again, on that side of the pitch, they're having Rios there. I don't know if you guys noticed. It was Uribe out for Rios. And Rios gave the ball away once. He does this for Palmeiras. He's not the best player defensively, especially in the duty he's going to have to play in this game. And I think that with Munoz is not going to push up the pitch as he had done in the first half. Munoz, the right back for Colombia, always goes up forward and causes us some problems. So we should be a little bit better with that substitution. Uribe and Lerma. Lerma looks tired too. So what is that distribution from Turner? Well, it's okay. Let's see. Good. The layoff. Yeah, I don't think we're again the midfield. Look at the way we're shaping up. Where's the urgency, the shape on the midfield? And real question: has Colombia had an actual shot all game? Well, they had the ones
Mm.
they scored,
No,
and then
I don't. Not really. Not really.
I mean they had the bicycle with Borre. He scored that, and yeah. But besides the ones that they had scored, I don't think that they have taken any shots. But and we had some opportunities too. McKinney. Look at the screen right now, guys. How it is a 4-3-3. It is a 4-3-3, and like Burnto said, the way that we shape up, Gio doesn't play the 10 row. It's just how Greg likes to play. That match against Jamaica made everyone think that Gio is playing the 10. No, he's playing as a 10 outside of the 10 row, and his talent bails everyone out. As Chris Richards there, very shaky moment from Jedi. Ream with the ball. What are we doing, guys? Chris Richards passed it to the left back position to Jedi right here. Wes now. Good ball. Balogun, Wes, Haji. Haji taking players on and gets a throw. No, it goes out for a throw for Colombia. And Weah waving his arms. And yeah, I think Wes and Johnny need to be a little bit more progressive as well on the ball. Show those long balls that they can do. I think that Johnny has played well after that moment in the first goal, but very passive still. Solid, but nothing to set the world alight. It's fair to say that with this performance, Adams still the starter for Greg. I don't think it would change his mind. And what are we doing, Jonathan? Yes, I don't know what we're doing. Well, when Greg takes Pulisic out, let's ask the chat this: if Pulisic was taken out, let's hope not, just for the sake of worrying ourselves. Ream right there, very shaky again, but good play with Gio. Good ball right here for Haji. We could be in. Haji takes it, takes a shot. I'll applaud the shot, but not the best one. But I'll applaud the shot and the way that they recreated that. I'd rather see that than just cutting it back, passing it to the left back, and nothing coming out of it. So good on that. Balogun should have come a little closer to ask for a pass. Good ball from Gio. See Gio playing the 10 row outside of the 10 position. and his talent bails Greg out, so everyone thinks that he's playing the 10. He's not. And we see Mojica right here. Mojica has been very shaky this the second half right here. Had a few miscontrols for out of play, and as we see Wea there passing to Scally, it was outside of the pitch. Pass from Wea, yeah, bad pass from Wea, mishandling by Scally. Not a great first couple of touches from Haji. I don't know, untouchables. I think that Haji has it hasn't been great, but he has impacted the game with more volume on that side. Maybe it's just because they lost to Uribe, but I would rather see players taking a shot like he did than just cutting it back, passing it to Jedi, and we pass it to the midfield and nothing gets created. I like the intent. I think that's what a sub should do, especially at this stage in the game. But let's see. They're
I think
pressing. Go ahead.
I think he was saying it was not a great first couple touches on that chance, which
Oh yeah,
is true. He kind of got bailed out. Munoz made the recovery, but didn't get the best touch. It fell back to him. But I definitely agree. The intensity that Haji has brought and the willingness to go forward and have a shot is commendable because we didn't see that from anybody in the first half.
exactly. It was just Pulisic. So one can only wonder what would it be like having both of them on the pitch, especially Pulisic on his best position. He played there all season as a right winger. But I'll say this: if Pulisic is not injured or has any injury worries, if Greg just did this to save him for Brazil, Greg, come on, give us at least 20 minutes of the best possible lineup in some people's opinions. Now, good play right there, and we're gonna have a shot right here. It's a goal. It's a goal for the U.S. What a goal, Wea. Props to Wea. That was all him on the midfield, passing it in, makes the run. It's a goal for the U.S. We were back in it before the 60th minute. I said if we get a goal before the 60th, we could be back in this. So nice to see. Props to Whale. We see the build-up right here. And it was Johnny to Gio. Gio to, wow, he was so far out. Props to him. Whale gets the ball. The vision and the pass right there from Balogun. A good little layup. Props to Balogun for not giving it to the overlap, which would have been the most obvious choice. Good vision for him. Good weight on the pass as well. Mojica, we've said it. I'll give us ourselves a little bit of a props right here, Brent. We've said it all game. Mojica is the most vulnerable aspect of their defense, and we pounced on it. We're back in the game. What do you guys think?
I actually disagree. I think that the most vulnerable aspect of their defense is the keeper, Vargas. I said that in the preview, and I think it remains true now because he gets beaten. Tim Weah created that goal. Balogun with a great assist as well.
Great
A
assist.
good. And Luis Diaz misplays the pass. Thank God, because that was not looking good. He created a danger, but Weah, the ball to Balogun, he would have had the hockey assist, I guess. A great ball to Balogun and very well done by Balogun as well to hold it up, play
Very.
the ball through to Weah at the perfect time, and compose finish as well. Greg, thank you so much for the super chat. Goal, yes. Huge goal for us, and it came at the perfect time too. Right before the 60th minute, we can make some more subs now. 6 are allowed. We still have 5 more, and there's still 3 windows we can use because halftime doesn't count. We'll see if maybe some of Greg's guys, Brendan, Pepe, come on and impact the game. We have time now to push for an equalizer.
Also, let's highlight what Untouchable said right there. That another good play from Scally defensively. He did well. Again, doing so well. Also presenting himself as an option on the attack. We know he's not going to do anything crazy, but just having numbers there and the engine to come back and recover defensively. Really good game from Scally. Can't stress it enough. And props to props to Balogun. Balogun had a bit of space, so he didn't really have to hold up anyone and showed his class with the weight of the pass. That's the best thing. Not just the pass, the weight that he gave it was perfect. And we see the man right there on the screen. Richard Rios just made another foul. I said it. He's definitely a step down from Uribe, and this is where depth comes into play. Where I think we have more depth than some of these countries coming off the bench. So again, let's see what happens. But things are looking promising. We could be back in this. I think that we are. We are with the momentum. Wea has a lot of space, and Reem has the ball. It could be a long ball right here. We're going to shift it eventually to where from Scally now. Good close up right here. It's a good little layoff and way almost on it. Sanchez is a really good defender. It was Lukumi there. Lukumi passes it into the middle. Good defensive work from Johnny. Really good defensive work. It was actually Gio. Gio was the one that did it. Props to Gio as doing his best sixth position, and Jedi so shaky on the ball. Now it's a break right here for Colombia. Luis Diaz on his left foot cuts it in. It hits the post, and we got bailed out. And wow, wow. Oof. Richard's doing his best to force Diaz on his left foot, which is commendable. It's what defenders do. But a guy with that quality, he's gonna take a shot with his left. Oh wow,
I think
wow.
Richards didn't do a great job, but I think forcing him
Yeah.
onto his left may have saved us because on his dude, I don't. Wow, what a chance!
What a
Matt
chance.
Turner completely beaten again. By the way, although I'll give him a pass on that one, I would expect him to be beaten there. And some subs
Uh,
coming in now. John Duran, MLS legend John Duran coming in alongside Arascal, I believe, for Colombia.
let's see. Borre leaving the game. I said it before. I rate Borre, and he scored that goal. Yeah, Carrascal coming in right here. I think that let's see who gets subbed out. And I think that Lerma might be out because he has been really tired. He shows a little bit of tiredness, but let's see. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. I expected that sub because I said in the beginning of the half, Lerma was looking.
No, no,
Oh, it's Arias.
it's John
Arias.
Arias.
Arias. And now we're gonna have Malik Tillman, CCV coming in. Here's Gio out.
Finally,
Gio out
finally.
for Tillman. It's sad to see because I think that Gio was having his best moment now with a little bit of space, tired legs on that Colombia team. Let's look. This is gonna help your agenda, Brayden. Look at Henry's comment right there on that chance that Diaz had. Turner's so low to rush. Yeah, I think that Turner, no one's going to look at these things. These are aspects of the game that get overlooked. Let's see, Malik Tillman, Gio out. Yeah, Jay, it's a little surprising that Gio's out. I get it if Greg's trying to avoid injury. Uh, 60 minutes is probably good for Gio. We would have liked to see him. And the way is coming lively here. So incisive on the ball and direct. I'm happy to see Reem out, which is sad to see because I think that he's one of my favorite players here, but really showed his age today. Lack of game time and ring rust, as you say in MMA or boxing. Scally right there, very good to anticipate. I think Scally has had, honestly, could have a shout for man of the match if we weren't losing this. Obviously, he's a defender, so it's going to get a little overlooked, but props to him. We're going to start building off the play right here. We have McKinney dropping almost as a right winger now. Oh, no. Oh, no. First participation in the game, and CCV is going to let him score. Good save from Matt. CCV, what a dodgy moment. Props to Matt Turner because where CCV lost the ball right there and gave it away. Well, take it away, Braden.
Well, CCB proving me right. That's all I wanted to say. I haven't rated him for a while now, and his first touch, a dodgy moment. It's almost like we never subbed out Tim Ream. I would have loved to see McKenzie in, but yeah, like you said, props to Turner making a good save there, bailing out CCV. Hamas trying to hype up the crowd now, but not a shaky moment. And I will just say this as well. This is a hot take. In a Copa America game, I wouldn't agree with this, but in this friendly, I'm actually okay with Gio Reyna coming out for Malik because I think Malik in the past has underwhelmed for the U.S. I think it's fair to say. I like the fact that he's getting an opportunity now to play his preferred 10 role instead of on the wing having to switch with Gio a little bit, which hasn't worked in the past. Getting the opportunity to take the reins as the primary playmaker, I think could be good for him. He has a chance to show out now. Let's see how he does.
Especially since now the game's open, so it's a perfect game for Malik. He thrives when the game's open, and I think that when it's cagey, like we've seen when he played against Trinidad, it gets a little tough for him. As we should press right here from Mojica, he has looked very dodgy so far and kicks it out. Ball's not out, so look at Scally, really good covering. Oh, CCV again, very should have stepped up to that one. And I'm gonna give some props to Matt Turner. I think that he has been really bad today, but where he had to make that save, he had to recover, wasn't really in an ideal position. Good reflexes there. I think that on reflexes, Matt has shown that he's a good goalkeeper in the past. Glad that he bailed us out because I think that as it stands now, we have a genuine chance of tying this game. And who knows, maybe doing even better. We get lucky right there with a bad throw in, but we still have the ball. We're gonna build it up right here. CCV on the ball. Wow. And I see that the comments really loving it with the CCV. They're saying CCV was off to a great start. Just a little funny. I like CCV. Contrary to your rating, I give him. I kind of rate him. I think that there could be a player there, but didn't challenge himself. Doesn't seem like he will do so. And again, he should have restarted the play there with Turner. Passed it to Richards on a very, very difficult area of the pitch. Yeah, Gio, exactly. Burnt toast is what I think so as well. Gio out on the 60th. On this one is all right. Like Braden said, it's a friendly. And he got some good minutes. As I said, 60 minutes for Gio here is all right.
One more
Lerma,
thing quickly I wanted to point out about CCV coming in, and this one isn't necessarily CCV hate, but it's just the way that it goes. CCV is now playing as a right center back, and Richards, we saw him make that shaky pass just a couple of moments ago. He's now playing on the left. And we've seen Richards has probably been our most solid, consistent player this game, wins all the aerial duels as a right center back. McKenzie coming in, even Miles Robinson as well, gives them the option, and Trusty too, but he's not in this camp, unfortunately. All three of them are left center backs. They would allow Richards to stay in his primary position. CCV doesn't do that, and as a result, the defense has struggled. And Timothy Park saying Lund is another option. I agree. I actually want to see Christopher Lund come in because I think Jedi has had a very disappointing match for his standards.
he has. And I'm just going to say McKennie right there on that transition should have really gotten the pass right or dribble it forward. Take the ball for. Why do you need to release the ball so early? We had the numerical advantage right there. It could be a 3v2 and a bad pass. I think McKennie today, very, very sad to have to pinpoint, which was probably our best player in the season, perhaps, having a really underwhelming game. Isn't Nathan Harrio able to play CB? I think,
Yes,
uh,
a little
uh,
bit, a
yeah, I
little
think
bit.
that right back's probably his preferred spot. He showed well. He did well with the Olympics. Even scored a goal there against Guinea. But I don't know if he. I think it's too early to try to. Maybe he's a player one for us to watch in the future. Like you said, Deets needing to step up. We'll keep an eye on them, untouchables. But yeah, let's hope that one of these guys can step up because we do only have one for sure cemented center back. And the other spot is open for grabs for 26, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see right now. They have a good play. And I think that swapping, you're right, Braden, swapping CCV and Richards right there was not going to do us any favors. Why are you going to accommodate replace the position for your best defender to accommodate one that is, quite frankly, just testing the waters there? He's not our for sure starting center back or the post stream starter. So, bit dubious right there from Greg, but let's see how we play. Now Scally with the long ball. Good ball from Scally. Good touch. Lovely touch to bring it down from Belligan. And Lerma's a monster in that midfield, isn't he? Everywhere. And it's going to be Jedi right now. Some room to work with. And it's a cross. Probably should have passed it. Oh, dodgy moment. Wouldn't be the first time that we would see a Colombia defender scoring an own goal against the U.S. here on home soil. But, oh, mine. Oh, mine. I mean, I'm speechless there. The guy, honestly, what's gonna warrant a start for Horvath?
Matt
What
Turner,
what
what the hell are you doing?
what would it take for Horvath to get a
And
shot?
now
Unbelievable.
Turner's pretending to be hurt. What a clown! What a clown! I can't believe we're accepting him as our starting goalkeeper. It's horrible. And I will. I want to point out something as well. While we're at a break, looking like they're going to have a free kick here. Untouchables pointing out something that I wanted to point out as well. Jedi playing left wing when we have the ball. We've seen Colombia do this on the same side of the pitch with Daniel Munoz, the right back, and it's been working. Especially in the first half, it worked very well. But ultimately, especially when Ream was in, I don't think Jedi being up was a good thing because with having Tim Ream there, our slowest defender, leaving him vulnerable, Jedi usually has to bail him out with the pace. But having him up, especially when he hasn't had a great game crossing wise, I don't know if that's the right option. And that's why Lund is, I think, is a much better crosser of the ball. So he'd be a good, decent chance as it looks like the free kick is about to happen. So
Yeah,
I'll shut up here for a little bit.
no, it's already out of play. I don't know if I'm a little ahead, but I agree with you, Braden, because I've watched a lot of Lund. I watched it for those of you guys that don't know. I'm a Venezia fan. Lund for Palermo. Defensively, I'm not sold on him, but crossing the ball, he's really good. He's a great crosser of the ball. I think that arguably the best crosser out of the fullbacks we have. Now, as a player for player, you have to take other aspects of the game, but if we are going to shape up that way and play Greg Ball, maybe he should get a chance at least in this match because Jedi has been okay, but for his standards, it's a let off. He did cost us that first goal, and James Rodriguez is going to be out. They should lose a lot of volume in the midfield with this one. Maybe we can capitalize on this one. And Greg being mic'd is the worst. Is Greg mic'd? Am I losing that? Is Greg mic'd during the transmission? Am I losing that opportunity to hear all his wonderful thoughts? Let us know. And can Matt Turner retire? Can Turner give up for the good of the nation? Does Turner know the rules? I think everyone has been on Turner and fairly so. Musa in for McKenny. I think this one about time that it happened. And Pepe coming in. Hopefully Pepe gets inspired and does what he does best. He's the perfect super sub. And it's going to be Balogun off. Mixed game from Balogun in my opinion, but really, really classy assist. I'm happy that he got a goal contribution on this because I think that with the season that he's had, if he had come off this match with no contribution, could hurt his confidence even more. But let's get back again on the play right here as we just lose the ball. Ridiculous play. I mean, that's unbelievable. And now it's an opportunity for Colombia to cross. They're gonna send in the cross. No, it's Rios. Oof, it's not Rios. I'm blind. Now I'm not gonna put my glasses right here. But wow, that was really unnecessary. Who was it? Musa? Was it Musa's first contribution in the game?
Richards. It was Richards trying to dribble out. No one gave him any options though. And we've said this the entire game. We have had no presence at all in the midfield. That's where someone should be giving Richards an option. And maybe he should have cut back, dropped it back to Turner or CCV, but no options for him at all in the midfield, which luckily Musa is on. McKenny's been a bit of a ghost this game. We'll see what Musa can do. And this is our best opportunity. They brought off James, they brought off Luis Diaz. Sinistera is a great player in his own right, but their two most dangerous players are now off, and we bring it on Pepe, a more clinical striker than Balogun, and probably better for the system, and Musa to give presence in the midfield. This is our chance now. The last 20 minutes of this game, we have an
Musa
opportunity.
and Musa now gives it away. Scally is a monster today, man. Props to Scally. Great recovery. Musa's gonna stay down, just get up. And progress from Ballo, I agree, untouchables. Compared to the season that he's had, I think really good progress from him. Just getting a contribution right here. And props to Wea. That goal was all on him. And Musa, is he faking it?
Musa's still down. No, I think he would have got up by now. Also, Malik Tillman, what a turn to draw the foul. That was excellent. But
That
this
was.
could be cause for concern. Musa gets hit in the knee. I think luckily it's probably just going to sting for a little bit, but that's not a place you want to get hurt. Maybe, hopefully, it doesn't have to come off. But
Yeah, I think that it was just above the knee on the muscle. It seemed to be the muscle that he was touching right there. I think it's just a shock, just a shock. Knee on thigh that hurts for those of you. Most of us have played that really hurts. Yeah, it's just above the knee, which is better. If it was knee on knee, that's more concerning. So it's just a muscle knock. It's all right, but should have been more alert nonetheless. In the area of the pitch that he's playing there, I think Musa. Some of us have highlighted hadn't didn't really have the best of seasons. And a really interesting comment right here from Henry. Johnny only good when the ball's given to him. I think he's been really good when the ball is given to him, but let's see. He did make a mistake on the first goal, giving too much space. And I think that he's saying this because it's earlier on the chat. It might have been when you said that no one showed up themselves as an option on the pitch, Braden. Which, to be fair, Johnny didn't really. He doesn't really come and get the ball, but that could be a tactical thing. Uh, I don't know. I think he's been good on the ball. Underwhelmed on that first goal, but sadly, I don't think that it's anything to warrant him any other starting spots, starting chances if Adams is fit. Jackson Ewell time. Maybe never. Maybe hopefully never. Jonathan Jackson Ewell. I think that's a mean player, and honestly, in the realms of Shaq Moore. So let's see. We have another player to come on. Oh, it's just Musa right there, getting ready to be back. Scally has been tremendous, man. Really, really happy with him this game. Uh, maybe you can see he's playing with a chip on his shoulder, always alert to get the ball, out to make a statement. Probably after he got, I believe, would have gotten some DMs or hate from some fans after the Jamaica game. Now we have no midfield. You see that Richards has to make a connection with a long ball. We have no midfield. I think that the problem's still there, but now we have a really good opportunity. Haji taking on. That was a bad decision by Haji. I appreciate comment the incisiveness, how direct his play has been, but should have tried to capitalize on that one. These are his differences. We're not playing against CONCACAF. We're not going to have too many opportunities to get on the break like that. As he makes the work back, props to him to recover the ball. Going to have Musa right here. And we're losing a lot of width on the pitch. Maybe it's a time for a sub with McKinney. No, let me see here. It's not. Oh, it's not McKinney, but wow. Now we've just created a chance for here on the wing.
Malik, not McKenny.
Yeah, because West was subbed out. And let's see if Scally can do anything. Held on to it for a little too long. Vargas is going to give a long shot. Do you guys think we're going to tie this match? That's my question for everyone watching with us. 15 minutes to go plus, about 15 minutes plus added time. Could happen. Rear so Johnny, oh my lord. Johnny, what was that? It was so low on the ball. So low on the ball. And now an opportunity for Colombia. It's a to Rios and it's a go. 3-1 for Colombia. Yeah, I think that. I mean, honestly, if we're gonna be objective about this, two of the goals on Johnny, really, not solely on him, but that was too easy. Like I agree with you, Greg. Uh, we lose too many balls in the midfield. Yeah, I think that we lose a lot of muscle and volume on the pitch without Adams. It is crazy to see. We lose a lot of tenacity as well, urgency, and look at that marking from Johnny after losing the ball as well. Just ball watching. No one got Rios, who was in the most obvious spot. And look at Johnny watching it, and Rios was his player on that pass back. CCV could have done better. Nah, I mean it hits the entire defensive sector of the pitch when you lose a ball like that from your CDM. We need your urgency and aggression. Yes, Johnny's not Tyler Adams. Stop fitting a square peg in a round hole. Oof, strong take there, but yeah, I think that it is about to. Honestly, Johnny showed today some good moments, but I think that Henry's take, I'll be honest, is looking like very accurate. Good on the ball with no pressure, but cost us in those two. If Tyler's playing, that first goal and this third goal wouldn't happen. Guarantee. So Musa right here with the ball, and I think now it's going to be really open. Musa, the dribbling. We're making Rios look good. Come on, guys. Oh, what's going on? This guy is not even a de facto starter for Palmeiras. And so far, chat, now is it game over? I don't think we're going to tie, but could we score one back? Let's see. We don't try to recover when we lose it. Yes, that was all on Johnny. Lost the ball, then should have been marking the guy on that scored. I agree, burn toast. I agree. We said it as soon as it happened. I agree, burn toast, and it's a cool name for your channel, burn toast. Musa in prime Milan form, losing the ball. I think that these substitutions maybe showed us that our depth is not as good as we thought, because our midfield, which I thought was the strongest area of the pitch where we had an upper hand against them, has really underwhelmed today. Adams is so crucial for this team. I think that attack will probably say on his 5 things we've learned series uh, something about the midfield. Let's see. As we get to the last 10 minutes of the pitch, and Pulisic being out of this game too completely changed. We lost that directness that Haji brought as well, but holding onto the ball, dribbling, making players have to guess who's going to pass it to. Is he going to take him on? Can he go both sides? And we lost that. CCV, Musa. We don't even know what shape. It looks like Musa's the CDM now. We don't even know what shape we're playing. Good opportunity. Oh, long ball is very poor. It's all messy now. It feels like we fell off the helms, and this is entirely on the manager. This shape that we're seeing right now, it's on a manager to structure a squad and let them know exactly what they're doing. I mean, ever since Musa came on, we had Johnny and him transitioning as a CDM, and they're really far from each other. No options in between each other when they have the ball. That's on the players to present themselves to help their teammate, but also on the manager. What type of instructions does Greg give out? But I have to blame the players a lot here. Are you with me, Brady? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that the substitutions killed us in this game? Thoughts on that third goal? I mean,
Yeah, I wanted to say when the third goal happened, that is completely on Johnny, and I think he's lost any argument he has to start over Tyler Adams in the Copa America. And I've seen people say it in the chat as well. Leonard Maloney has to be here, and this is why. Because like Jonathan said earlier, you can't fit a square peg in a round hole. Johnny and Tyler are completely different types of players. We know Maloney isn't as good as Adams, but he is a similar type of player, a destroyer. And I think with Maloney in, neither of those goals happened, the first or the third. And the second is just a scramble, defensive liabilities off the corner. It's all a mess. And I think the fact that Musa has to now play the sixth role when Johnny was supposed to be the one to come in and take Adams' position says a lot.
And now Colombia with an opportunity. Let's not make this even uglier, guys. Gets cleared off the line. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a complete chaos. I don't want us to lose 4-1 and be completely dejected. Oof. Too easy right there to dribble past Malik. But Malik, to be fair, shouldn't be the guy with the defensive duties. Now gets a call right here. Let's see.
CCV with his first actual solid presence, the clearance off the line, and then the stop for the incisive through ball that was tried.
Yeah, and now we see a comment right here from, I don't know what your name is, CV. It's been with us throughout the entire. That's harsh, but the next one that he said that all three were on Johnny. To be honest, I had forgotten when you started saying it, Braden. I kind of remembered he was at fault for that second one as well. Uh, Ran into the player. Well, he lost his player. Scally had to try to make up. It really could be pinpointed. Maybe with Adams, none of those three goals happen. Maybe they happen a different way, but exactly those three goals wouldn't happen. And that's just not his style. I think that maybe you're defending him, maybe Jonathan, because he has not horrible, but he hasn't played well. It's not a good match from him. Uh, Musa with the ball has been very shaky too. I mean, Musa has like what soap under his cleats. It falls all the time or loses the ball. What was that? Very immature. Could get carded. I don't think the ref's gonna card him. Gave him a little say. Let's see right now. 3-1 Colombia. I think it's all but done, and we are a complete mess. Look at that midfield. It's a complete mess. It's crazy. This is insane. The lack of shape. Switching CCV and Chris Richards ridiculously. Look at Turner too. We are a mess. If we play like this in Copa, we'll get handled very easily. And at wow. I mean, Richards, I kind of feel for the guy. He was having a great game. Greg has the brilliant idea to push him, make him accommodate CCV, who hasn't been great either, and it completely drops off. It's not his position. So really, really bad for the manager, bad for the players. So I always look at the players first, even though because I already know the expectations with Greg. Here I was thinking we were deep. This is chaotic. It is chaotic. What is Musa doing? Untouchables say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Musa very poor. And Jonathan said that he played terrible. Oh, I think he was referring to Johnny. Look again. What was that? And it's going to be the fourth. It's a fourth goal, and Turner could have saved that one, but 4-1 Colombia, and it's done. 4-1 Colombia. This is ridiculous. We're a mess, a complete mess.
Is that
Uh,
Musa again giving the ball away?
yeah, doing what I think that Untouchable said it earlier. Musa in his prime Milan form, giving the ball away.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point,
Without
I'm speechless. Your take on
yeah.
this?
Without our main midfield, Gio's not in, Weston's not in, although Weston was quite poor today, and Tyler's not in. Without them, we're a complete mess. Musa doesn't know what he's doing. Why is he trying to dribble out? Is that Musa? I
Wea,
don't know. It wasn't. It was Wea. And
Wea.
I guess, yeah, my mistake there. Untouchable is saying all four goals are terrible, embarrassing kinds of goals. Yeah, we'll get. I want to give Wea a little bit of a pass. I think
Yeah,
any watchers of the channel know I don't like Wea. I don't rate him as highly as most people do, but I think we can give him a little bit of a pass just because he did score the goal. But you can't be dribbling out of the back there. You have to find an option. Since the subs came in, and usually it's a different story. Usually we see the subs come in and bail out the starters. But now it's a completely different story. The subs come in and we lose any hopes of doing anything. We completely capitulate, and the 4-1 is deserved. It's completely deserved.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that look at Weah again, man. Weah can't keep the ball on his feet. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I will say, what is Weah doing? Not Weah, Musa. Musa doing when Weah has the ball as a right back, and Musa completely turns his back and starts sprinting. And look again on the goal. I pushed it back right here to rewind. Musa is not presenting himself as a midfielder. Johnny's nowhere to be seen. Weah has no option but to try to take on a player or pass it to CCV who had a player on him. So I agree with you, Braden. It's a bit of a pass right here for Weah. And honestly, capitulation FC, isn't it? I feel like I'm in Arsenal Fan TV right here, AFTV. What is going on? Ah, crazy. De La Torre came in for Johnny. Let me see. About time, really.
Yeah, he came in earlier, is what he was saying. I don't know how
Oh,
we missed that, but he came in before the goal.
wow.
Yes, yes, Chicago fellow speaking facts. We should have brought on Dark Brendan instead of De La Torre. Yeah, he brings more to the game. De La Torre, he doesn't have as much attacking output, and now down, well, it was 3-1 at the time of the sub. Now it's 4. I don't think De La Torre is going to impact the game as much as Brendan would.
I'm really puzzled on why Aronson didn't get any minutes. Honestly, really puzzled. Why? I don't know. Greg's question to answer, but this is going to put some pressure on Greg. And I think an interim coach would be an improvement for Copa. We can't we can't really do that realistically. Maybe it could
Why
be the
not?
best option, but
Why not? No, I'm dead serious. Ivory Coast did it in the AFCON and they won the whole tournament.
yeah,
Why
but
can't
it's
we do
gonna
the
be
same?
one more 5-1. Jesus Christ,
No way.
five
I'm a
one.
little behind. That's
AFTV
a good ball. Oh my lord.
AFTV is awesome. Yes, I like Arsenal as well. Untouchables. I've been to the Emirates. Huge fan of the team when I was growing up. I fell out a little bit because I don't have any connections with England, but and here we are. I'm talking about Arsenal in the 87th minute as we are losing 5-1. I think it sums up how it has been. Thank you guys for suffering through this with us. We appreciate it. And Rude Awakening TLFC says, yes, more than a rude awakening. Honestly, I know the game's done, but can you really even blame Turner there? I mean, look at the midfield. Jesus Christ, look at the midfield. Wow, everything's such a mess. We had no midfielders whatsoever. CCV too. What was that? I mean,
No, I'm
Jesus
blaming
Christ.
Pepe. No, I'm blaming Pepe. He gets the ball played. CCB has no options. He plays the ball to Pepe. Pepe stands there, lets Lukumi step in front of him,
Oh,
and it's so simple from there. Jedi loses his man as well. It's a good finish from Sinistera. I said he's a very quality player. We can't take anything away from Colombia, but we're making it far too easy. We're playing like an amateur side at this point.
we are. We completely look at Musa again with the horrible. I don't think Musa has done one thing right ever since and that was on Pepe. That was looking at the replay. Should have held his man. Mina, it's Mina. I mean, they even subbed out center backs.
No, it's
Was it
still
Sanchez
Lukumi.
and Lukumi? Oh, okay.
It's still Lukumi.
And ridiculous right here from the U.S. And wow, oh wow. Honestly, a reality check for everyone involved. And we're nice from Scally. Oh, Scally looking like prime Neymar there with a nutmeg, little rolled nutmeg. Scally can hold his head held high. Let's see if Musa can do one thing right here. Good pass. Now lay off right here. Bad touch. Bad touch. And Colombia has it again. Very easy game for Colombia. Jesus Christ. We have no shape, no will, and we will get humiliated all summer, probably. Wow. I think the mentality, the only thing that can make this team bounce from mentality wise is changing the manager. New manager bounce. We've seen it with clubs, we've seen it with countries as well. With Greg at the helm, the same halftime talks. Honestly, with this type of performance, when some of the players said that we should try to uh, punch above our weight and try to win the tournament even, would we do anything? And the game's over. Pepe killed the moment. The moment was killed already, but he did. The game was already done, but he should have done himself any at least hold up your player. ridiculous match right here. I don't think that these US teams are more than Colombia per transfer market. Uh, yeah,
That's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. I think he was saying, yeah, Pepe did kill the moment. The bad touch, Musa did very well. Credit to him. Horrible game, but on that one turn and the ball to Pepe, very well. But the bad touch and then the chance was gone. All right, let's do some quick post game reactions and then we'll end the stream. But we will see you guys back for Brazil versus Mexico as well.
yeah, and I just want to thank all of you guys that joined us throughout the stream. Thank you for suffering through this with us. 347 to 287, and Colombia has an extra player. Oh yeah, on the valuation, yes, we can definitely see as we did today that we're almost 100 mil worth more than Colombia. Unbelievable scenes. We got humiliated, dog walked, put on a leash, and very sad one. I'm speechless, really. We said that the results is not the most important. Technically, if you can take anything away from the game, what can we take away from this? Besides just a huge dent in the confidence, huge rude awakening, and chances Berhalter gets sacked. If I'm the USSF, I'll sack him right after the game, or wait until, or root for Brazil to destroy us. I think if Brazil beats us 6-0, there could be a chance he gets sacked. But realistically, it won't happen either way. I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you think there's
yeah.
any chance in a scenario that he gets sacked before Copa, Braden? Any scenario. 6-0 to Brazil. Is there any chance?
Well, I got a lot of stick for this in our preview with Pete from 11 Yanks. I said that there's no scenario where Greg gets sacked at all at any point, even if we get grouped in the Copa America. And as much as I want to believe differently, I'm sticking by that. Unfortunately, I can't see it happening. I don't think USSF has the balls to do it. We've seen other nations do it and have success. Ivory Coast is the main example. I'll mention them every single game until Greg gets sacked, but I don't think it's going to happen. We don't have the balls. We don't have the mentality to do something like that. And Matt, yes, still go to the Brazil game. It'll be a good game. You'll get to see a lot of good players. Unfortunately, not from us, but you'll get to see a lot of good Brazilian players. A preview of Real Madrid next season with the attack. Oh man, there's so many things I want to say, but I'll save it for the reaction video.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a reaction video and releasing it right away, guys. So if you want to watch that, we'll do it literally right now. And let us know if you tune in for the Brazil stream as well against Mexico. Uh, Honestly, nothing but thank you to you guys. Thank you for helping us and sticking by during the suffering right here. Very, very, very sad, but it is what it is. And yeah, sad one. Final words, Braden, to the viewers.
Yeah, thank you guys for everyone who has suffered through this horrendous game with us. It's been contrary to the game. It's been very fun interacting with you guys and commentating on the game. On the bright side, the Brazil versus Mexico one. If you guys are still up for watching any more football after that horrendous display, will be more fun because we don't have a horse in the race. We won't be so stressful. Get to sit back, relax, hopefully watch Mexico get absolutely destroyed by Brazil. Maybe it'll be a preview of the 12th when we get destroyed by Brazil as well. But yeah, I think it's been a fun stream. Thank you to everyone coming out. And Henry, thank you again for the super chat saying Johnny sucks. I don't know if he sucks. He was really good with Betis this season, had a good adjustment, but I think it's very fair to say that he should not be the starter for the USMNT. De facto should be Tyler Adams, and maybe there's even an argument for Maloney or Tessman to come in after that performance.
After this performance, I will say a hot take to anyone that's watching right here. I've been high on him for a long time. By the end of next season, Tanner Tessman will be ahead of Johnny in everyone's pecking order. Everyone says, oh, he's in Serie B. Now he's in Serie A. Can possibly play for a Champions League club for Bologna, who's interested in him. And I think that he's always said it, one season away from taking over Johnny. I rate him more as a player. I've watched a lot of Johnny and Tessman. I think that today's performance leaves a lot of questions about, well, the entire squad, but specifically that depth at CDM that we thought we had. Maybe we do have it, but Greg went with the wrong player. I think that Maloney plays in a league that takes a lot more out of you to be alert and urgent. And this is something that we didn't see from Johnny today. Watching with y'all was the only silver lining for today. Thank you, Burn Toast. Hopefully it will not be a silver lining and just a cherry on the cake and a bonus during Copa America. But thank you guys. Can't thank you enough for all of the comments, all the super chats. Thank you so much for supporting us. and we'll see you next time, hopefully with a better taste at the end of the next game. So stay tuned, and we'll have the reaction right away.